Alrighty, it is finally time. We are finally here for the grand final. That's the word final 3 times in like one sentence. Grand final of ETF2L Winter Season 2023. Witness Gaming versus TF2Easy. The matchup probably everybody expected at the very start of the season. We're here once more, and they're going to have to duke it out once more. For now, I'm going to be Super Cerny, joined by Dave on the little desk segment we do just to intro this. Obviously, I'm just going to run down everybody who's going to be here real quickly. We have J-Max and Peter on the production. We're also going to have Demol joining us on the desk, maybe not immediately, but certainly later tonight, at least he wanted to. And then later on, you'll have Bum and Wandum screaming in your ears for when the game is actually being played. But for the time being, hey, Dave, let's talk about this game for a bit, shall we?
Yay, yeah. Really excited to be here. Obviously, the two best teams in Europe for quite a while now, at least a year at this stage. Hasn't been easy sailing for either team, really. Especially TF2Easy, came in third seed into this playoff segment and then ended up winning earlier today against Nupanzer fairly comfortably at the end of the day. So kind of cemented themselves as the perennial challengers to Witness, but I think very much underdogs.
I mean, after what we've seen out of Witness this season so far, definitely are. Witness haven't dropped a map since, and I mean, this is a little stat that Bum twittered into my ear earlier. If they win this final without dropping a map, it will have been a whole year where they haven't dropped a map online at all, which would be crazy. So naturally, they're going into this final completely flawless, right? They've not messed up at all. Yesterday, they absolutely shellacked Nupanzer 5-0 both maps. So they're coming into this very easily. They don't have anything to fear whatsoever. TF2Easy, they also ran over Nupanzer quite handily, but it wasn't as quick of a roll, at least, as it was from Witness, if that's anything to go off of. But yeah, if there's two teams to be fighting here, it's definitely these two. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what both of them have for the playoffs here, because TF2Easy did struggle a bit during the season, right? They obviously dropped a few maps. They did only place third seed. They had to work for this. They had to go through the lower bracket. In some extent, at least, they had to they had to do an extra round as opposed to Witness. So they had to put a little bit of extra work in compared to Witness to get to this point, which is already, well, maybe it's warmed them up more, but maybe they're just chilling. Maybe they're just doing good now. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, they had to move themselves. After all, it's easy to forget they did finish third last season. We're so used to them being the top two in Europe. They didn't quite meet their expectations last season when they were beaten out by League of Shadows. They finished third. So they've already done better this season, but I think they'll be hoping, particularly based on the performances earlier today and yesterday as well, which were very impressive, that they should be really up to the challenge and hopefully give Witness a really good final.
I think that's what everybody's hoping for. Many people are saying that because this is only best of 3 final, our maps, by the way, are Sunshine, Reckon, and Granary. And if we want to, we can quickly look at what the picks and bans and vetoes and whatnot were. Here they are for you. So right to start with, TF2Easy did get the first ban. They chose to ban Snakewater, and I don't think that's a controversial choice at all. I think that's a very reasonable one. You don't want to play the slowest map in the game, naturally. And then, Witness followed up with Metalworks and Gully Wash, both of them gone as well. And then Bagel Ban out of TF2Easy before we finally get to Sunshine as the first pick for Witness. How do you think about that? What do you feel about that one?
It kind of makes sense. Sunshine is a map that they have done well on through the season. They've won 5-0 against Shadow Wizards, won 5-0 against Swift, and 5-0 against Nupanzer yesterday. So they seem to have a perfect record on this map. Maybe other teams have, other stronger teams have banned it earlier on in the season, but flawless so far, so it makes sense for Witness to pick it.
Yeah, fair enough. I absolutely agree. Yeah, and then you see the Reckoner pick out of TF2Easy, which is maybe a bit of a curious one because Reckoner is a map we don't see often in general because a lot of people don't seem to like it as much, but in general this season as well, I don't remember seeing it all that often. I don't remember seeing it all that much. So TF2Easy maybe have something up their sleeve for that one, or they just really want to play it. I guess with the options that they were left with, it was the best choice to make as well. Maybe, who knows?
Slightly strange one, yeah. I haven't seen much of Reckoner. TF2Easy did win that one game against Forfence, which is probably best remembered for that weird nubby play. But if we want to get some insight onto Reckoner, we have to ask a Frenchman, and it seems Dimou is here with us.
Yes, hello people. All right, what can we do? What can we do? All right, I think. All right, first of all, tf2easy are in literally playoff mentality. They are literally so good right now, and I feel like
They
it's
have been
gonna be a
playing, yeah.
hell. Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a final. I feel like it. Like tf2easy during the season, they were literally kitten, but right now they are literally lions. And yeah, do we know who picked the maps?
Yes. So Reckoner was tf2easy's pick, and then before that, I already forgot. Sunshine was Witness's pick. Yeah.
Okay. I have mixed feelings about Sunshine. I think Witness are really good on it, and for me personally, I think TF2 are gonna struggle against Witness mid. Like Seal and Papi had literally they are literally the reason they will win those mids with those double bombs. And like right now, I just played TF2 Easy during a mix, and they had no answers for that. So I'm kind of afraid for them, only for those mids.
It's funny you bring up the mids, because at least yesterday, when Witness were playing New Panzer, for the first couple of rounds, they were really struggling on the Sunshine mids. Like for the first couple of rounds, New Panzer came out swinging on those mids and had some really deciding mid fights, but then still obviously couldn't convert around off the back of it because Witness stabilized quickly enough. But I guess potentially, if they struggle at the start of the mid again and tf2easy somehow find their way into it or find like a way to abuse that early on, they could maybe get a bit lucky. I don't know, maybe I'm just huffing a bit of copium, but it does seem like it's a possibility.
It's been a consistent factor for Witness pretty much the whole season that even though they've been winning, even though they've been winning the transitions, making plays happen, mids haven't been a real good staple for them. They've struggled a lot of games. Even the game between these two teams that I think it ended up being the final game of the season, even though it was like week 4 or something. But when they played on Process, TF2Easy won 7 of the 8 mids, but still managed to lose the map overall. So shows how strong Witness are, outside of the mid fights, but also that they do have that one kind of weakness to their game.
They're really good at adapting as well. So
that's true.
I'm not really scared for them in terms of middle. Like they might struggle for the first few mids if TF2 catch them off guard. But other than that, I think in terms of middle on Sunshine, I think they will be fine.
Yeah, that's fair. And then the deciding map, by the way, is going to be Granary. After the last few bans were naturally Viaduct and I forgot Process. Yes, those are the last two. So Granary the decider. Do you think it's going to go that far? You think we're getting the full 3 maps?
Not entirely sure. I hope so, but
yeah,
I mean,
great entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, right now, like both teams are looking really good. They literally dispatched whoever they played pretty easily, pretty comfy. So, like yesterday, Witness literally destroyed New Panzer. Let's say it. They literally destroyed them. It wasn't close at all. And same for tf2easy. They had pretty comfy results against those two teams. So I'm not entirely sure about Granary if there will be a third map, but like I'm pretty mixed. I have mixed feelings about those maps for tf2easy. I wasn't expecting those maps. I was expecting some process, some gully even.
Yeah, those are the maps that have been played throughout the season. Interesting, Granary. As far as I can tell, neither of these two teams have played it in an official during this season so far. So it's kind of interesting that we could end up going to a decider that would be the first time either of them have played on this map, at least for this season.
That would be funny, actually. I know that'd be interesting to go so far. I mean, yeah, like Witness did ban Gully almost. It was their first ban. It was the first thing that when they got the chance to. So they must fear Gully against tf2easy, evidently. And then, yeah, tf2easy banned both cop maps, which is also very reasonable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, banning Bagel against Witness, as far as I know, Witness are pretty comfortable on this map. which I guess is a fair ban, but ban in Viaduct, I'm not entirely sure about tf2easy. Like they came back against them with Nobby going scout and Kunu going sniper, and they might have done that a bit too late. Like they were 2-0 down, and they managed to come back to a 3-2 end for Witness, which was pretty good. So I'm not sure about this ban.
Yeah, I agree. It's an interesting choice considering how they were capable of like catching Witness a bit off guard, giving them a bit of a run for their money on product, and then still deciding they don't want the smoke, they don't want to handle it anyway. Interesting, I guess. Interesting decision. Yeah, Reckoner is like the outlier for me, man. I don't know what to think about Reckoner for both of these teams because I've seen them play it so little. Like, apart from Granary as well, which obviously they haven't played much, but at least Granary is like a more of a cornerstone map that they kind of know what to expect from, because at least in seasons past you've seen them play it more. Reckoner is just it's a damn wild card for me. I don't know what to expect from that map.
I have no idea as well. Like if it was Bagel and Reckoner tonight, I would be super lost. Like I have no idea how these maps are played. I mean, I played a fair enough Reckoner, but it was like 3 years ago. So yeah, but if it's tf2easy pick, I guess they are pretty confident on it. And if I remember correctly, they picked it a few times during the season, and I think they were slamming on this map. So, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced about these maps. I think it's way too. I think Witness are gonna be fine on those two maps. All right, I'm gonna say it. Like my brain says that it's gonna end up in 2 maps for Witness, but my heart is for tf2easy. Like they are literally on the redemption arc. They can go wild.
Fair enough. You got any closing ideas or agreements with that, Dave?
I think it's going to go 3 maps. I'm not going to make a prediction beyond that.
All right, fair enough. He's hoping for a close game. Either way, I suppose we'll just shoot it over to the casters. We're going to let Wandem and Bum let you tell you a bit more about what's going to happen as we're going to be heading into our first map of Sunshine momentarily.
Yep, hello everybody. Welcome, Wan, to the microphone.
Thank you so much, Bumfries. Hello all. Thank you, Sunny, for setting us up so very beautifully for this finals here. Bumfries, we've had some weird bans. Production, the desk did talk about it. I don't think these were the maps I was expecting coming into this finals here.
I think the bans at the start are definitely exactly what I expected. Metalworks, Witness don't want to see that ever again in their lives. tf2easy obviously getting rid of Snake after their pretty tragic match versus New Panzer on it in the regular season. And other than that, I think it's going to be really exciting. Sunshine getting picked by Witness I don't think is too much of a surprise. Obviously, despite the fact tf2easy picked it this morning versus New Panzer, I think historically we've seen Witness be a bit better on this map, but there's barely any time to talk about it at all, We're straight into the game. This is the grand finals of the ETF2L Winter 2023 season. tf2easy versus Witness Gaming.
We're rolling out in onto mid here. You can see Domo electing to go Valley. Nasboy, likewise, they arrive on middle. A little bit of early spam exchange. It is Domo doing a little bit more to Nasboy. Drops about half HP in his own choke, and now Pappy is already committing super deep in onto Nasboy, and he drops really low. Sil bombs in as well. Tries to capitalize off of this, but June is so low, but staying alive. Now Auto is stuck in the enemy cafe. Josh tries to bomb in, but a kill on to Domo is going to make this very difficult for Witness Gaming. Now they're stuck in enemy cafe. They don't really have any way to go out. You can see Nasboy putting up sticks. There's 1xc, 1 Pappy. They're going to have to try and get out of this.
They have to fight through this the hard way. Auto already taking some damage, trying to bait his team here in the cafe while the rest of the spawners are coming in behind him. Has to make his way out. It's now or never.
97.
He's catching all the spam and he goes down with 98%. tf2easy finally getting that med kill right at the very end. Now they have 100% advantage for this first round and the mid fight. Tomas is left alone on mid, just trying to back cap it, but the timer has already started on the cap on second. He's going to be way too late for this. Goes for the Nasboy kill instead. Nasboy's juggled him around, but Scout versus Demo, Tomas is always going to win that one out every day of the week. Gets popped up by Josh and finished off now. And now tf2easy with the 100% advantage for last.
It's such a big question now. Do you go without Nasboy? June did such a good job staying alive on middle, keeping herself with the 100% ad. looks like they are just going to wait for Nasboy. Wait for their demo to come up before they make that decisive push. It's 50% now for Auto. Nasboy joining his team, getting buffed up. It's Kuno, Nasboy, tf2easy. They're going to send it straight in through right side. Bomb in onto the sentry gun as it is just taken down, but it's a kill onto Kuno and onto Josh as well. Pappy and Sil combine. Nubby can't find anything either. Nasboy taken down. This push is a disaster for tf2easy.
Yeah, Sil with perfect block, and there was really no other point presence from the rest of tf2easy. They were a one-trick pony, and as soon as Morale goes down on the point, there's no one else left to play it, and now everything has flipped. tf2easy on the back foot as Auto is ready to come in through choke here with the big advantage. There's two soldiers playing close to Cafe, but they both bomb out once they notice that is not the goal Auto is choosing to come in from. They're not going to get force over there, so they just bomb out. And Witness Gaming, they don't slow down at all. Scout left on the cap, they're already in through choke. Just need to worry about this trap on the ledge, really, and Nicky is trying his best to force something out here, and they actually get the kill onto Tomo, getting dropped as well, trying to follow up on that, and it's 2 kills apiece. Pappy, very, very weak, but he's already stayed safe back out to mid, so it looks like things are going to slow down for a second.
Domo going down completely shuts down the push for Witness. They just don't have any more space, realistically, to take. Instead, they're going to try to pressure through choke as Pappy fake bombs and sends Silentas in, gets one rocket onto June, but doesn't find the second one. Trying to find another ad and doesn't quite get it. Now, even Ubers, both teams. The loss of Domo there early on towards the start of that fight really meant Witness, they couldn't get in, couldn't find any space, and tf2easy managed to recover, managed to keep June alive. So now, neither team has a round. About 4 minutes have passed so far. As Witness, they're looking to maybe peak Cafe.
Yep, Witness just super slow and just waiting here, actually. They're not actually doing anything at all. Toe is just kind of prodding, but no one actually wants to commit to anything as of yet. Sil is pretty far back on the mid, maybe looking to set up some kind of skip jump from back here. I don't know. Everyone's just waiting around. Sil now walking up to the choke, getting buffed up, has the beggars on, and in he goes.
He's up so high once again, and June doesn't get hit by the first rocket nor the second. The tech comes out. We've seen it before, but once again, unfortunately, Silentas, I'm casting your game, buddy. This gun doesn't work when you use it, and I'm here.
And again, June with a pretty flawless hold, just not under any threat at all on this second point. We saw it so much earlier today in the New Panzer game. They were sending people one by one, and none of them managed to touch June. This time it looks like it's Pappy's turn to start something going, just sends out some spam from Cafe instead, and they're just kind of poking every door right now, seeing if there's any loose parts of the hold that they can wiggle through, and Sil stacking from... Oh, that's so difference! Oh my god! Sil! 2 kills, he Gumbas 2 people with the rocket, slams June into the ground, she instantly drops that one, and in comes the red Uber immediately. They've got 4 kills, they're running this into last already. Toe on the last point just has to find Morale, who's hiding out in spawn. There's a block on second, but it's not going to be good enough. Morale only one standing, and that drop from Sil has got them the first round on the board.
Unreal rocket from Silentas there. Completely shuts down tf2easy. June wanted to surf that. She just plummeted to the ground.
Easy surf there, keeping himself up. And that leaves it equal for last. June did manage to escape with the Uber, but Witness are already pressuring. They've already got the sentry down, and that's definitely worth something. In comes the sack from Sil now that there's no sentry gun to deny the airspace. Doesn't manage to find anything, though. June playing it super safe in spawn. Actually does take down a frag onto Morale, so they could keep pressing with 1 scout down.
It looks like they are just doing that. Trying to get the force out of June here is really all that they want. So now it's Pappy's turn to bomb in. There is a kill onto Josh here, but Pappy's so very low. Gonna fall down as well. Once again, it's just 5 versus 5. Kunu is gonna come back up right about now on the sniper to try to hit some sort of a headshot, but it is a little bit difficult. I feel like most of the time, if you aren't peeking in through Sunshine last, you're either dead either way, or you're popping an Uber charge. Kunu now has to find something special to really keep his team here. Keep the pressure off, because you can see Witness, they want this Uber out of June before they even make the push.
Sentry down again. This is opening up for another sack in from Sil. He's jumping onto point. Med's playing way too safe, though. Goes for the point time instead and doesn't manage to find very much of it. Nubby and Morale able to shut that one down. But Witness Gaming don't seem to have any answer for once they've got this sentry gun down. The single sacks just don't seem to be working. June playing super safe on that right spawn shutter. They're unable to find anything off the back of these opportunities.
Kunu now on to the Pyro. Try to make sure that no one does any funny business, no spies come up. Aren't any out of Witness just yet, but I think it's more just the threat, the pressure alleviation you can offer with the air blast. Make sure that these double bombs makes it so much harder. The demo cannot spam down the gun, but all of his projectiles get reflected back. So now, for Witness, I feel like, honestly, for TF2Easy, this hold gets even stronger for them. It's about 3.5 minutes left. You see now the pressure's coming in onto just left side right now. Salentis is so far in, but can he really make the jump forwards? That's a level 3 up from Yeehor. It is taken down now. Nicky's gun taken down, and it's Nubby
June's in a
bombing
much more
instead.
forcible position, and Sil spots that. He's already bombing up onto the claw, now going in for the committal. June gets popped up into the air, but able to dodge everything. All the support from Domo. The Pappy bomb is in as well, but the resup bind is too strong. June just teleports back to safety, 150 HP immediately once again, and that double sack is unsuccessful for Witness. It was a really nice try. Still managed to skip in through the left, cleared the trap. There was no resistance whatsoever from TF2Easy. Everyone just playing around the sentry. Once the sentry was down, there was a real opportunity, but they just managed to let it slip. Thomas this time, he's going in deep on the left all by himself, and he doesn't find an opportunity to just run down Nas. I think he was looking for a cheeky two-shot on the demo there, but didn't present itself, so backs out, keeps himself alive, and once again, that's the sentry down from this lock and load spam.
Sentry gun down, but Domo, you can see it's so much harder for him to peek this Pyro, staring him down completely. Sil wants to go in through lower, but it ends up just trading with Josh instead. Now, there's no real space for Witness. I don't think they can capitalize off of any of it, but they're still pressuring right side, and Nasboy finds 2. Thomas and Pappy both go down, and that's 3 dead for Witness. They are so far immediately back on 2 second. The Pootis is up for Yeehaw, but I think he's just going to swap up. No, TF2Easy, they don't want to push this. It's 2 minutes left on the round time. It looks like they'd much rather just push last. Or
Yeah,
hold
they
last.
were a couple of players down themselves, so even though they got that lovely double trap kill from Nasboy there, he really baited it until there were 2 people standing on it, because Pappy was stood on top of that for quite a while, but it looks like they didn't want to take the risk still going into second when even Uber's up. Like, those spawners could have come in during the trade. It's much easier to lose the round on second than it is on last, as we say. Nice to just have this full defense set up no matter what happens, and they do opt to let it go to the round time. So 1 minute until we're back on a mid-fight. Everything looking standard once again for TF2Easy. Soldiers both trying to spam there. I don't know what they were spamming at. It didn't look like the sentry gun was anywhere close. Still, once again, getting through on the left. And will they learn from their mistake last time in actually being able to lock this down? Nubby and Nas have both been forced into spawn. Red team has this entire half of last. Ixie trying to tickle the point, but the sentry gun covers it, and there's so much hurt being laid down onto Sil and Thomas on this side, and Ixie even gets caught by the pipe on the way out as well, so now it's a 6-4.
Nas doing such a good job to stay alive there. Keep the pressure on a Witness. Do not give them any more space than they already have. They're in such a dangerous position there. Get down that gun and it's probably just a round for Witness. The amount of pressure they can exert is huge, forcing Nasboy into spawn, but he manages to stay alive, manages to find a few kills, stave off the aggression. Now, 20 seconds for Witness. They just have to honestly just take the trade here. But Domo, he can't find the gun now. 10 seconds left on the clock. There's going to have to be a lot of early point play, but Domo's just gone down. Salentes bombs in though, finds the kill into Nasboy. Now Kunu, 4 seconds as he tries to hold onto the point with the Pyro, but Thomas is pressuring Ixie there as well, but the Pappy bomb is too late, and TF2Easy hold on, send us back to a mid-fight.
Yeah, I thought Sil was going to make some magic happen, and we've seen it so many times before. Ends up on the spawn door, kills Nasboy. Nubby comes for that 1v1 when Sil's already low, and Sil still manages to win it out. I thought that was going to be a disaster for TF2Easy if he could have made something else happen in the backlines, but in the end of the day, the Ubers didn't even come out in time. No cap time on point to keep that overtime going. And it's just a round reset. Witness unable to convert that one, but into the mid-fight. Once again, we've seen some great plays out of both medics being able to survive these so far. Nubby pops onto a bit in the air and hits the air shot. That is the difference they needed. tf2easy surely going to be taking this mid fight now. They just need to absorb the aggression. Everyone from Witness is going to feed forwards. Josh is the first one to get picked off by Ixie, but they've just completely called it. They backed out to second. They don't win the mid fight immediately, but they're going to win it later rather than sooner off that massive shot from Nubby. In comes the repush now. June has the Uber up. They are trying to get in here while there's still 2 soldiers down. Witness could try and force the issue here, seeing as there's only 4 players into mid, but it seems like they've managed to get the space nicely. Pappy jumping in high now, landing in onto June. Doesn't manage to hit the rockets he would have wanted, and now Witness Gaming forced out of mid finally.
Such a huge play from Nubby, winning that mid on his own. That is such a dangerous play. Even if he hadn't hit the air shot, Auto would have been forced so far back into Flower. It's been really difficult for Witness to stay in on mid, but tf2easy, they make the correct play. They go back, keep June alive. Now she has such a big advantage, charging it forwards onto Kunu, onto Yeehaw. Nubby as well, holding height. It is Pappy in behind in Cafe, taking the 1v1 and losing to Josh. The Major is here. Traps on second detonate, and they find nothing. Now Witness, they've managed to build up an Uber of their own. They're on last here, and it's a kill onto Nubby, who wants to go in. A little bit of aggression out of Josh as well. Doesn't find the kill onto Domo, and it's even.
Yeah, really cheeky trap from Domo in the roof there. Nubby tries to hit the skip jump, misses it, and then as he's jumping back, Domo is able to just spring the trap and stop any aggression that tf2easy could have got going. And we'll see how tf2easy opts to break this one. We saw them go through literally the roulette wheel of things to break Sunshine last with earlier. We saw the man treads from Nubby, then we saw the sniper, then we saw the spy. We'll see if any of those get used once again. It does look like he's on the man treads. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Does look like it indeed. He's wearing those boots, which means he won't have the rocket jump damage reduction that you get from the gunboats, but instead there'll be no bullet knockback. So when he's in the air, the sentry gun won't push him back. You can see June desperately trying to get Nubby up to 300 here. He needs that health in order to be able to bomb in, because he's going to take about 40 damage from the rocket jump. If he decides to double jump, that'll be even more damage. He'll sustain about 60, 70 damage. So he really needs to get this jump right, have enough HP to make it work. And he's just playing on the heels so much more. But this sentry gun does so much less now that he's on the man treads.
Yep, he's just taking a lot of spam from lower though already, and doesn't actually get any height from his initial jump. He got spammed down to 180 before he even went in, and then just did not get the height he was looking for. I think maybe a flubbed C-tap or something there, but oh well, he'll have plenty of other opportunities. There's still 3 minutes 30 to play with on the clock, and looks like he's spawning on Soldier again, and still on the man treads, I believe. So not going to try out the sniper or spy that we saw earlier. Neither of those were too successful. Maybe he wants one proper go at this bomb before he calls it a day.
He has another shot to make it count, and then a little bit of time extra should it fail, but it looks like, once again, he's kind of posturing towards a lower here. We're going to have to see which angle he picks. He can go top right, but there's a sentry gun there pretty much immediately. Either way, no matter where he bombs from, he will just get shut down. Once again, Silentes is just on top of him. Josh wants to bomb in as well. Does a lot of damage to Auto, but he's juggled into the roof. Does not get any kill on to the medic, and now 2 soldiers down. You see Witness, they're getting a little bit more aggressive. They're peeking lobby. Maybe, potentially, they can come into second.
Yeah, Josh just pinned to the skybox. That's why these sentry guns are just so powerful these days. Even though the Nubby bomb failed, Josh can't do anything either. So 2 soldiers down, they get nothing. Nubby still on the man treads. He's desperate to make this work. He's hit his head on the last 2 attempts and needs to try and get actually through the door before we can even see if the bomb itself is viable. We haven't even seen him jump higher than a regular spacebar jump, it seems, so far, but here we go, going for it once again, hits his head once again. Nubby in with the bomb finally this time, but just so little health after those 3 jumps it took him to actually get into the air. This guy is not his usual self in this map, it seems.
He hit that really nice air shot at the start of mid onto Auto, but that was watching him jump and just hit his head on the little ledge there at the top was definitely something. Has to be feeling a little bit bad. He's back, and he's still on the man tread. We're going again. Just go again. This time around, Pappy's dead. There is a soldier kill. Tomas on the pyro, trying to deflect a lot of spam here. Josh as well, trying to peek it, but now it's only a minute and 20 seconds. They don't have that much time to play with anymore. And Kunu gets taken down by Domo. Now it's a 1-for-1. Josh, peeking, but not finding anything. Nasboy neither as well. It's just going to see a pyro out of Tomas, a sentry gun. Nubby bombs in.
Ooh.
Sentry gun. You might get knocked
Oh,
back.
it's not
You
that
still
bad.
take so
Auto's
much
getting
damage.
spammed. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. It's nice this time from Nubby. At least he hits that first direct rocket onto Auto.
Oh.
Gets him quite low, but Toe peeking with the pyro, unable to find anything. Yeah, Josh was spamming as well from the left side onto Auto there. Could have maybe got something if only Nubby hits this jump actually properly for once. We might see some benefit from that play. It seemed very close, that last attempt, but just not good enough to scare Auto. And tf2easy running out of time now. We have seen them be prone to a couple of these YOLO trades right at the very end, and with a pick onto Silentes, they are definitely going to be going for that. They do take the sentry gun down. Auto still hasn't forced off. He's playing so close on the floor here.
10
Still
seconds.
Not getting forced. He does drop Tomas from it. Has to use onto Domo in the end. There's no cap time on points, so there's not going to be overtime unless they flood onto it right now. Uber fading for red
Yeehaw.
team. And they collapse on the heavy. The heavy's instantly down. They're all playing the point.
Oh.
The Auto can block it, and he doesn't manage to do it. 1-1. TF2easy back in the game.
They step up when it counts most. So many flubbed bombs out of Nubby, but in the end, it just doesn't even matter. They just send for the even trade. It looks so good for Witness as well. Auto held for so long, but I think, unfortunately, just a little bit too long. And then he pops in a really awkward time. Cannot keep his heavy up. TF2easy have so much space to work with, and they manage to capitalize off of it. Now, we're back to middle, and once again, Domo just laying the hurt on Nasboy. Makes it really difficult for him to play aggressive, but Josh is in. And so is Nubby. Unfortunately, this time around, neither of them are really going to find anything. Just one kill to Pappy. Silentes is in the backline. June has gone down. With her going down, there is not much of anything that TF2easy can realistically do on this middle. They're back onto second. They're going to have to find some sort of answer for the full HP and soon to be full Uber Auto.
Yeah, look at how Witness adapted that mid. Auto just hard baiting in flowers the entire time. They don't even see a med to bomb. Josh and Nubby have already sent their bombs across before they notice that their original target isn't there. They try to switch it onto Domo, but he has the surfs too, and they don't even get that kill. Meanwhile, on the other side, June going down nice and early, leaves Auto with 100% Uber advantage, and we'll see if Witness are going to be able to convert this one.
Yeehaw on the sniper is Nikki, but won't find anything because every member of a Witness will just be invincible and glowing red when they push in. Now Josh taking a lot of spam, but it's Nubby bombing across as well. They're playing the cap time, but it doesn't matter. Tomas walks onto it. There is no denial there for TF2easy, so focused on the rest of Witness that they just don't get onto the point. Tomas steals the round away. 2-1, 10 minutes.
Yeah, the Uber initially from Witness does a whole lot of nothing. They pretty much just surgically remove the stickies from point, but they don't get anything else. But then Domo is able to replace them with his own. They just play the point late in the round, and there was zero block to be had from TF2easy. Domo debts on them all, and there we go. That's how you convert that second round for Witness. Pappy finds Nubby out in Cafe, so they've spotted this play early, but Nubby's able to get in nonetheless, and Josh in from the bell tower. They're landing onto Auto. They do get 3 kills, and June is nice and healthy on the other side of mid. Hits that surf as well onto Sil's rocket to stay alive. They're going to back out for the health kit. Just Morale and Nasboy left on mid, but they are not going to be threatened by Tone Ixie. They're going to call it quits here. 100% advantage this time for TF2easy.
Such a nice adaptation from them as well. We saw last mid, Auto played so far back. So instead, Nubby, Josh, they slow down just a little bit. And instead, they get so much damage dealt onto Domo. The follow-up bomb there as well onto Auto. Josh completely catches him out in no man's land towards his choke. And it gives TF2easy such a large advantage. You can see they're already in lobby. Sentry gun level 2 here for Ixie. Tomas on the sniper here through top. As the Uber's just going to come straight in. And now Kunu and Nasboy combined for the kill onto the sentry gun. A little bit of point has been pressured already, but the stickies have not been detonated. Instead, kill onto Tomas as Domo is pressured, taken down. The cap point comes out heavy, not there in time. And that is TF2easy answering right back with a dominant mid, a dominant round of their own.
What a brilliant map to be starting on Sunshine. 2-2. Both of these teams taking it all the way so far. And this is like so back and forth, because I think it's 2-2 for mid fights as well, right? Like both teams have taken 2 of these so far. We're seeing meds flying all over the place to keep themselves alive at the start. And as you were mentioning, last mid, Nasboy is just getting rolled over by Domo. That is one difference that is not in TF2easy's favor on this mid. And now the bombs come forward. They do find Auto. They've lost the mid, but they've won the med fight, I suppose, as June gets all the way out, but Witness cap up middle.
Witness cap up middle, and now they have to figure out some sort of trap to get on to June. TF2easy going to pressure this really slowly. You can see Nubby already. He's hiding in Cafe, watching for any little aggressive Witness members. Almost gets picked off by Stickies. You can see now Witness, they're playing really far back. They have to get somehow onto June. You cannot let TF2easy take all of the space on this map. Get forced back to Lash. You're going to have to keep Auto up. Just get an Uber of your own somehow. But this Uber now for TF2easy. Try not to pop it on mid here. There's a lot of pressure from Witness already.
Oh, and June goes down so low. I don't know what she caught, but she caught something and takes 130 damage, just has to use off instantly. They don't really find anything with the Uber. And in fact, it's just gone 1-for-1 on Soldiers. Witness don't even want to let them cap the point with this Uber. They're immediately back into the fight. There's a hell of a lot of damage on Cafe, though, and the combo are weak, but they just double up on damage together. Toe and Domo just hit something at the same time and managed to take down that kill. Nubby, though, hits the bomb once again, finds Auto. He is the saving grace for TF2easy time and time again. Finally, they gets them the kill they need, and once again they have an Uber advantage. Maybe the next time they go into mid, it's going to be a bit more successful.
For the whole season, we've said time and time again, it really felt like TF2easy, their one playmaker, their one X-Factor was Nubby losing Gazzy, and he's just stepping up so big. Such a nice rocket onto Auto, tries to surf it out, but Nubby just doesn't want better. Twice now, Auto has been caught out. It was looking so good for Witness as well. You keep Auto alive there, you can easily take that refi into mid, but Nubby sends him back to the respawn queue instead, and now TF2easy, they're playing with a 50 ad hit, trying to break in onto the Witness second.
They're so slow. The ad is dwindling bit by bit the longer they delay here. They are getting in through the choke. They haven't checked these traps, but June gets clear of them either way. Pappy in with the bomb. Does get taken down, but it was an incredibly close affair. Now the Ubers seem to be evening out. There is a kill onto Nubby from Domo as well, which will be slowing down the aggression into last. That doesn't look like TF2easy can peek it now, so they are just going to be happy to cap up second. Dude, I think they need to put Ixie on Engineer to come and fix this shutter. I don't know who fitted that.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, Josh bombs in, gets denied by a million different hit scan weapons, and Nubby now, he's had enough of these soldier sacks. He's trying something else. He's getting on to the sniper. It's another off class. He's just so proficient at this. I think you look at TF2easy, they've got both Kunu and Nubby, insane as snipers, both of them. But honestly, Sunshine last. If you are Nubby, where do you try and peek in here? There's a pyro. Everyone can hold these doors so close for Witness.
You just get this sill kill. I mean, I was just about to say it, but it gets offered up on a plate anyway. And now you get much wider angles. You get all this left space for free as well. As you can see, Josh and the scout already through. And he takes down Ixie as well. That means the sentry is guaranteed to go down. They have so much space here. They can already play the point. Auto's going to have to use at some point here, whether it's now or never. Oh, he just uses, but they cap it anyway. TF2 Easy in the lead, finally 3-2. They could take their map pick here. Or no, Witness's map pick even. It was their map pick earlier in the day, but Witness, they took the big balls play. They thought they can beat TF2easy out after their win earlier, and TF2easy in the lead now with 4 minutes remaining. Witness need to get back on the board.
Such a nice pressure cooker play from TF2easy. They set it up perfectly. The pressure from the sniper. Auto in such a horrible position. Doesn't want to pop it, but honestly probably just should have. Instead, the boyfriend bomb comes in on it to TF2easy, but it doesn't really do all that much. 100 damage dealt to June is not enough. And Talentus is just taken down. Nasboy is on the point. Fairly contested, but we've swapped sides on middle here. As Pappy bombs in onto his own choke, and the ball kill, non-crit, comes out of Ixie onto Josh, but Domo is cleaned up. So is Pappy. Yeehaw in return dead as well. But now Witness, they're on the wrong side of the map. There's going to be 2 spawners in 10 seconds, and all of TF2easy, they want to go forwards. Auto now is 100% of his own. Have to pop this Uber just to get out.
But here comes the Uber Thomas. gets the Uber off. It's slightly better for tf2easy, but Thomas is a god at splitting these Ubers when he wants to. Doesn't look like it's going to be that successful, but he's bought times for the respawns. This is going to be a complete re-mid fight. Sil now bombing, taking control of the bell tower. Ixie's running forwards, finds that pick onto Nubby. He's still in enemy territory. They're not able to take him down. Ixie's living for so long. They get the morale kill as well, and Sil bombing forwards. One domino's falling at a time. Josh trying to block them out, but Witness Gaming are back in the game. 4 kills. Pappy running this one forwards to see if he can catch them. He doesn't quite have the time to, but that is absolutely fine by us. We are going to be taking this into last anyway. Ixie, or Thomas, sorry, in deep. They're trying to just spawn camp them here, but they have no one capping second as of right now. Just finally letting Ixie get on the cap, but Pappy and Sil are in too deep. They have to get out. They're going to call this one here just before anything goes too wrong. But it's still even. Pappy in with the sack once again. June finds the surf, gets out safe to the spawn door, has to dodge all these pipes, and he does manage to do it. Just bullet hell there for June, but escaping to the spawn door.
June didn't have the best of regular seasons, but honestly, once again in the playoffs, she really just has stepped up massively. Such a big performance from her for multiple maps against TSG, against New Panzer, and now against Witness as well. You can see they really are on the back foot. It's just 2 minutes left on this map. There's 4 minutes left on the round timer. tf2easy can completely stall out Witness Game, could they please, who just have 2 minutes now, 1 minute 50 seconds to try and break this last hold of tf2easy. They weren't able to do it before. Instead, now it's a lot of right side pressure, but what's going to come of it? They've already lost Salentes. They're still pressuring this.
Yeah, but now they have the spam angle onto the sentry. The pyro drops off the high ground, can't keep it safe from down there. But the spam isn't quite coming in from everyone just yet. He's back up in position, pyroing that sentry. Nas taking a lot of spam on the point. That's dangerous, but he's managing to lay down the law either way onto Pappy and Toe on this left side. The Uber
it's so close. The round is on a knife's edge right now. Kunu plays forwards instead onto the point, but that is Domo finding the gun kill, and June finding a kill onto Pappy with the arrows now. It's Salentes bombing in, no gun. He's going to settle for Josh and trade him out, but there is just so much cap time by Thomas, who pressures the point, doesn't get taken down, but is so low. Never mind, he burns towards the end, and now
they have one attempt, Juan. They have one attempt. There's 1 minute and one Uber that needs to be gotten out of the way somehow. I don't think they have time to go for any kind of play to get an advantageous Uber here. I think it's going to have to be a trade or nothing if you're Witness Gaming, and it really is nothing. As we mentioned, it's been a year since they've lost a map online. This final would secure the perfect year for them in the ETF2L league, but tf2easy looking to put a stop to that unless this 30 seconds has anything to say about it. Witness Gaming need to find an incredible trade here.
Happy?
Managing to bomb through, getting all the space for them on the left. The sentry gun is still up, 17 seconds. The pyro is reflecting everything. The heavy is up, but is not really doing much.
No,
There is a crucial drop from Auto. There's no chance now. The Uber's out on the point, and tf2easy have taken Witness's map pick of Sunshine.
tf2easy come up huge. The first time in over a year, Witness were on the brink, trying to break a record never broken before, but in the end, ultimately, tf2easy come out huge. This is the first map they have won in such a long time against this team, but they managed to make it work. So many heads-up plays, honestly, from both sides of the server, but really, honestly, it comes down to Nubby with the huge air shots, come down to June with insane jukes as well. So many big plays for tf2easy.
Yeah, and from the lower bracket one, these guys, they did not look good in the season. They were 3rd seed coming into playoffs, and they've just been ramping it up since week 7. They had that last game of the regular season. It should have been played earlier, but obviously Virgin Media had something to say about that. But as soon as we saw that week 7 game, I knew this was probably going to be the final, and tf2easy have stepped up. They've finally taken a map off Witness in ETF2L, and we'll see what our analysts have to say about it.
That was, pretty damn close. Looks like Otto is still, at least in his heart, he still is with his old team, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Still fighting for them ever so slightly.
I mean,
wow.
Also played pretty well throughout the game. You know, obviously big drop at the end. you can't really put that map down to him. You know, they had to make something happen. They had to take a risk. He has to just try and hold on to his Uber as long as he could there. And, you know, as well as he played, I think June probably stands out. June and Nubby especially. You know, Nubby had those 3 big moments, 2 huge air shots onto Auto, and then that big kind of sniper play as well onto last. And, you know, it was back and forth. Either team could have won, but the bigger moments coming up for TF2Easy was that big factor, I think.
Yeah, just like a bit more playmaking happening out of their side, clinches it out in the end. Like it's not to be dismissed at all on the other side as well. Like first round, still hitting that absolutely nuclear bomb, just cratering the entire combo simultaneously is nothing to scoff at all. Just plays being made out of either side here. It was such a close matchup. Like that up until that last round, it could have gone either way. I still think like tf2easy clinched it out with making it 3-2, right? And then, man, Demo, what were your thoughts? Live Demo reaction.
That was a really, really good map. I enjoyed it. It's been a while since I enjoyed to watch a match, and so far it seems to be a Cinderella. It's a season 36 remake. TF2Easy are gonna win. It's over for Witness. They haven't come back. No answers. It's over.
Maybe they shouldn't have grabbed Auto after all. Maybe it's like a bit of a spite matchup here as well. You know, Auto left TF2Easy, and now they're like, see, this is what you're missing out on, buddy. You shouldn't have left us. You shouldn't have left us for these guys.
It's a sorrow, man. It must be a sorrow being in Auto's place right now.
All eyes on him. That's such a sad, such a just heartbreaking drop at the end there. I mean, it happens, right? But that decided the game because they could have totally taken the golden cap. That was a great push attempt, but I really think that just sealed the deal on them. And now they got to play Reckoner, which is TF2Easy's pick. Are we feeling confident that they're going to just keep this momentum rolling?
I mean, there's not too much to suggest that they won't. I mean, they've looked very strong all the way throughout playoffs. But, you know, Reckoner and then Granary, if it does go to Decider, these maps are kind of wildcard maps, I would say.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I feel like their mates on Reckoner are not that convincing to me. TF2Easy, and I have no idea how Witness plays on this map, so I'm not too shabby. But they got the momentum. I think they're gonna roll Witness. Let's fucking go.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that Wandom has just mentioned it in chat in our mumble. It is true. At Arcadia, Witness did roll TF2Easy on Reckoner, but it was with slightly different rosters. I don't know how much the medic shakeup and the Nikki standing in for Gazi makes a difference in that case, but that is the precedent that has been set at Arcadia a few months ago. At LAN, to be fair, it's not online, it's at LAN. But Witness did destroy TF2Easy on that map. So the fact that they picked it means they must be feeling very confident. They must have done a lot of homework in those past few months. If they're really thinking like, oh man, they destroyed us on this a few months ago and now we're picking it, they must be feeling confident. And that honestly scares me. We might be looking at a 2-0 final here for TF2Easy, actually. I'm starting to get convinced of that.
Maybe. I mean, I would say one of the things about this map pick structure is you get 4 bans before anyone gets to pick them up, so you're effectively playing the maps that you are kind of okay with playing, but maybe not your first pick maps that your opponents are going to ban. I think probably Process would definitely be the first pick map for TF2Easy if it was an option for them. I think Gully as well, they've looked at stronger through the season, but we've just kind of come to these compromise maps, and it makes it interesting because it's a bit up in the air. People are going to be less practiced, and if they have come up with kind of crazy strategies, crazy tactics that we haven't seen before, this is the time to pull them out.
Yeah, I agree with all of it. I think like from playing against TF2Easy by bit, their mids are pretty strange in a way that they don't really adapt if you counter them properly. Like it takes them like 2 or 3 minutes to adapt. So Witness are experts of adapting, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Reckoner can go in Papi's way.
It can. Or Nubby somehow steps up even further and makes even more crazy plays happen. Or Sil finally finds his stride, you know? He had a bit going there for a while in Sunshine and then quieted down a little bit as he got shut down more and more, but he can certainly step up again. I mean, these two roamers, they are the playmakers on their respective teams, right? They are by far the standout players when it comes to making opportunities for their teams happen. So if either of them are left to their devices on Reckoner, which is maybe a bit more chaotic of a map in Sunshine, there's a few more flanking routes and stuff with the lower area on second and stuff like that. There's opportunities for them to cause some chaos, I feel. So we might be seeing some of that. Anyway, we don't get to talk about that no more because the gamers want to get started. So I'm just going to hand it off back over to Wandem and Dumb. Yeah, that's exactly Wandem and Bum. There you go. I can talk. They'll take it away and they'll talk.
Thank you so much, Sonny. Once again, I'm back from my 2 FPS hole right now. As I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a special program I'm using to actually set my webcam through a PowerPoint. It's taking some extra frames at the moment, but hopefully you guys will survive me being 2 FPS.
We'll be fine. We'll get your ugly mug off the screen any second now, because we are going to be going live imminently. But first, guys, I want to give a shout out to the ETF2L Fresh Meat Cup. If anyone here is new to competitive in EU and you like what you're seeing on screen right now, apart from Wandem's webcam, obviously, you can type !fresh in the Twitch chat. That'll give you a link, or you just head to etf2l.org/fresh and you can have your first go at competitive TF2. It's a friendly environment, all noobs playing, so you won't be up against any of these Witness guys. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yep, TF2 is great. I have a good time playing it. I hope a really good time watching it as well. But once again, guys, this is ETF2L. We're all the way in season 44. We're on to map number 2 of the finals between TF2Easy and Witness Gaming. TF2Easy, they spoiled the Witness Gaming undefeated online streak that had lasted for about a year now. Witness on map 2 of Reckoner looking to answer back. We're on to the first mid-fight, and neither team are getting aggressive immediately. I say that, both soldiers are bombing in.
Yep, and Auto seems completely safe so far. Nubby and Josh actually landing on the flank and picking up Domo instead. Sil getting picked out of the sky as well, leaves this as a 6v4. Nubby on a big flank coming all the way around, and Auto escapes on a sliver of health into lower. They are all trapped here with very, very little health. If TF2Easy just want to push the accelerator, they might find all these kills, but it's just not quite fast enough. They're going to have to settle for mid and second instead, but that is absolutely no small feat. They've got Witness pinned on last in the first minute of the game.
That was such a strange mid-fight from both teams. The Silentas Pappy double bomb did absolutely nothing! Nubby! Again and again and again! He just goes in, chops Auto! What is he?
Nubby is the difference maker. That is what he is every single time these two teams face. Someone has to step up for TF2Easy. We always say that in the 1v1s, almost everyone on Witness you take over to the TF2Easy player any day, but the one that's always a close discussion is Nubby versus Sil, and in the games that matter, Nubby is always there to turn it up to 11, gets that huge drop, and this could be the first TF2Easy round already. This is notoriously easy to convert on the last push here. Morale playing the point already, they have to block it. Pappy does come in for the block, they've got the kills to a soldier though. Pappy very low, Ixie low on point as well, but they are staving off the aggression from TF2Easy so far. June has managed to escape, but once again, Witness pull it from the clutches, and they manage to keep it alive in this first round. Nubby manages to find his way behind. He skips past Thomas. He's just going straight onto point. There's no one really here to block it. They do come back, and they do manage to put that at rest. No backup today, but there is a slight advantage for Witness Gaming still.
Thomas, unkillable on the heavy, gets bowed so many times by Auto, stays alive, deals so much damage to TF2Easy, and they can't convert now. Auto, 92%, walking onto mid, eating some spam already, and that's just bottom in out of Josh, but doesn't find the kill onto Auto, now 100%. You can see TF2Easy, they are backing off the second. They want nothing to do with this Uber, because June, 95% on her own as well. Witness, they want to put the pedal to the metal. They're going in through cargo, but they're just not finding anything. Instead, Kunu stepping up, taking a 1v1 with Thomas, but the Uber gets forced out of June here. Kunu finally hits a shot there, and Moralexi now has to walk back with his medic as the rest of Witness, they surge forward onto second, kill onto Natsboy already, Kunu as well, drop down so low, June, beautiful surf into last, but this is Witness Gaming with the demo kill, and with a Nubby kill as well.
Yeah, Nubby with a last-second sack to just try and make anything work there, but Josh is going to get run over. Now it's a 1v6, and the medic isn't the best at those. Witness coast to coast this and take the first round of Reckoner. We could see the reversal of the map roles, both teams taking each other's map here, but the one lesson that tf2easy have learnt there is you don't take trades versus Tomas. This guy will find any advantage in the trade, just split it as much as possible, drop Nasboy from it more often than not, and they get so many kills off the back of that the fight is just won on second. This time, can tf2easy have a more convincing mid that they can actually convert on the
You see Salentes already bombing straight in onto middle. TF2E, they don't get this map. They don't get this middle cap. Instead, June, it's a huge rocket there from Salentes. The follow-up has to pop the Uber. Now Witness, they've gotten this force for free. Everyone on TF2Easy is low. Witness could just push this into second.
What the hell happened there for tf2easy? Everything was in the palm of their hands, but then they just get forced and have to leave mid, and now they're leaving second as well. Auto with a big advantage. Josh gonna get caught in lobby by the looks of things. Yeah, the sticky from Domo will clean that one up, and now they have a pick advantage and an Uber advantage. Domo's already gonna take this gun down as well, loses his life for it from the snipe from Yeehor, and second isn't actually capped up there. They need to be a bit careful about this. They don't want to get too quick and lose out on what could be an easy opportunity. They do drop back into lobby for Witness. Domo still down. He's going to be rolling out. Instead, they send Sylph in for a sack. June doesn't actually even have this yet, so not entirely worthwhile in the end as Syl just goes down. And now the Uber up for June. It's even on tf2easy's last.
Kunu now on the sniper as well. Going to be looking for a pick. A Reckoner last. Slightly larger sniper angles, but he opts to go back to scout instead. Got the demo man kill earlier, but this time around, they're just looking to have the scout up on Reckoner. A big feature. You can see Domo already kind of teasing it. You can just send your demo in through main with a little bit of a sync bomb or a double sticky bomb. Either works. Send a demo straight in onto the enemy medic. You can see now soldier pressure coming out of Pappy. Out of Syl as well, but it's 2 kills. Pappy, Tomas both go down. Traded for a sentry gun. I think tf2easy are completely fine with this.
Yep, and again, they opt to not even show themselves in lobby. They are just completely happy to let this be a last hold rather than try and take a contagious or a controversial fight on second that could go either way. They just want this last setup perfectly. Take it back to mid. That's where they've been having their success so far. They just need to not mess up the advantages that they have after mid. Obviously, getting forced on mid and ending up in this situation in this round and the previous round just beefing that last push where they had full ad is not looking good for them. But as long as they can keep taking those mid fights, keep resetting it back to mid, which looks like it's the game plan now, surely they will eventually be able to convert one and get back in this game.
You can see Kunu there in spawn, swapping on the spy real quick to check, make sure there's no off classes of Witness. Disguise to a different class. If the enemy team is playing, you'll see their cosmetics, you'll see their weapon names. You can tell that there's an enemy on the off class. Instead, Salentes bombs in and he opens the door for Domo to find the kill onto Nasboy. No demo now for tf2easy, makes it a lot harder for them to hold this last point. Pressure coming out now of Witness. What can they find? They have to be careful with the Kunu sniper as well. So powerful, and Tomas eating a lot of damage as well.
Pappy in with the bomb, lands it onto June. June surfed up so high. It's a beautiful surf, and she does manage to get into the spawn door. That's 2 down for Witness once again. This time tf2easy looking a bit proactive. They know they can catch Domo too, and with a demo down, let's see if they'll actually go off this one. It's 3 picks, including a demo. The spawns are already coming in though. Nubby is just peeking. He's calling. Second is empty right now, guys. We could maybe do something here, but the rest of tf2easy are completely content to stay on last.
It's 2 minutes left on the round timer, and Salentes is up on Sniper. Should be called by Nubby, but Kunu as well. checking, making sure it's not something else. Not the spy disguised as a friendly sniper. No, it's Celentes headshotting down your Roma, as now he knocks on the door of tf2easy's last point. But Domo once again taken down, headshot onto Pappy as well. Means the Witness have to back up for now.
Oh my god!
How? From where?
Morale, he just jumps up onto the glass, gets that peek into lobby, and all it takes is half a second of him seeing your head and it's gone. Auto now with the 0% Uber, ending up with a massive advantage for June, and we'll see if they can convert the coast to coast this time. tf2easy, everyone back on their regular classes, still down. Auto still reeling, only 20% left in that gun. On the back foot, on middle, Pappy staying close. He's going to get bombed, forced out by Nubby. The Uber is actually popped off early, but they're not really catching anything with it. Pappy's gone down, but that's all that there is to find with the blue Uber. Now they just have to commit to capping up mid here, but it's an advantage for Auto.
Really big force onto June. I'm not actually sure why she had to pop there. Didn't see what spam came across onto her, but she felt pressured enough that Uber had to come out, and that gives Auto now 90%. You can see Nubby wants to bomb in, but this time he's denied by Scout, denied by the rest of tf2easy, by the rest of Witness rather, who managed to keep that medic. Auto safe. Now Witness Gaming rather just looking, pushing through Toxic, no denying there, as Josh wants to bomb in, can't find Auto, instead bombing right back out. It's Witness taking back middle, but have tf2easy delayed for long enough. June 80% here, doesn't have Uber, and Witness, they're looking to push through cargo.
Witness are super good at catching you off of these small ads as well, but June is looking nice and safe. They instead bait in the Sil bomb, and as soon as he's down, Witness know it's time to turn around, and things looking even here on second. tf2easy, they need to get back into this game somehow though. They keep managing to get these huge advantages off of huge plays, but then they just beef kind of the default TF2 gameplay afterwards, you know, using super early or getting forced for almost nothing. They don't seem to be just playing the cookie cutter TF2 as well as Witness are. They are relying on these snipes from Morale, all these huge bombs from Nubby, and now that they're the team on second, they are pretty much just waiting for Witness to do something to them. Instead, they need Witness to make a slip up here for them to get back into this round.
Looking for an angle here on to Witness, but they're playing it so well. You can see there's no one in Toxic at all right now. Instead, Celenta's playing lower. As I say that, Tomas immediately rotates over to Toxic with Auto. Domo following up as well. It looks like they're actually just going to try to solo Tomas through, but Auto walks straight into traps. Tomas doesn't see them because they're inside plants, and now the trap out of Nasboy sets up tf2easy once again. Such a huge advantage for them to play off of Pappy in the enemy cargo, but tf2easy, they're taking the other way. Pappy dropping down, straight onto June, gets one rocket, but not the second. Now tf2easy, they can roll this so far forward.
Again, another drop from Auto, and it's going to be tf2easy in the driver's seat this time. Will they be able to actually make it work? They've had so many opportunities, and it just hasn't been going their way. There's a very, very passive hold on second hit from Witness. Only Tomas in the forward spawn is there to worry about, but he gets forced back off-classed, denied from Nubby, spawns back on last instead, and now the full Uber advantage. Toast still sniping, the sentry still going up from Ixie, and here comes the pop from June, getting that left door locked down already. Morale clears the stickies, it's half cap, the soldiers are in, but the Uber is still up for blue team. They have the kill on the sentry, they have the kill on both soldiers, now they can start to play the point. The heavy is just getting there in time. Tomas gets himself onto the point, gets that point blocked, and he's just managing to get all the kills. That is the difference maker on this last. You need blocks as much as possible, and getting a heavy on there just in the nick of time is what's really going to secure Witness Gaming this last hold. And once again, the Uber ad coming out in second.
Auto does such a good job there, keeping Tomas alive as well. Arrowed him like 4 times. All of the focus damage was sent in onto Tomas, but he's just infinite HP heavy, sitting on point, shooting down your whole team, makes it so hard to hold. And now with
Auto!
they have the
That's a huge force from Nikki! He just comes up the stairs, gets the wrap onto Auto. One shot is all it takes, and the Uber is gone for red team. Nikki even managing to sneak in behind onto second, drag some players back. There's only 4 on mid here for tf2easy. Everyone else is worried about Yeehor in the backlines. tf2easy with another hero play to keep them in the game. Now they have a massive advantage. They're getting mid for free because everyone is focused on this Yeehor kill.
everyone, I feel like the narrative for tf2easy coming into the start of the season, can Yeehor replicate the success that Gazzy had? And this time around, it looks like he is. Such a huge play from him, drawing all of Witness back, and now it's an advantage for tf2easy, but they have to be careful. Nasboy drops down dangerously low. It's a big advantage for June, I say that, but it's dwindling. 87, 90% here for Auto. tf2easy are pushing in, they have to do so fast.
Oh
now,
my goodness.
point pressure coming out,
the cap
no
time.
one really is there. The heavy comes out, but Ixie's taken down, but the counter Uber comes out here for Auto. It's popped off, but no kills have come onto tf2easy. Instead, they have the high ground. Now, Soldiers bombing across, trying to get into Domo, but he dodges in the air. Now, can they get the kills? Auto happy, both go down, but so do Josh and Nubby, but they're not on the point, and Witness Gaming are down another round. It's a 1-1 off of hero play after hero play from tf2easy.
Yeah, that looked like tf2easy weren't going to be able to push that after it was 2 for 2, and there was just such a tiny little Ubercharge advantage for them that they weren't going to be able to utilize. Instead, they see all of the Witness players playing in the same spawn door. They know that they can just get on the point and lock that door. It's going to take everyone so long to rotate around, and really it's the 90% cap that Morale got at the very start of that fight that is the difference maker into that round, and they do manage to tie things up and keep it alive. They could take it in 2 maps here tonight, and now Nasboy is going to be the first one going down. Nodomo has the high ground, and they are all walking across point. They have the Josh kill as well. Nubby manages to get the auto kill right at the very end. Nikki is going to go down at the end of this one, but they've already got June out alive.
Once again, June barely staying alive. Nubby gets so many rockets off. How does he do that? He's being juggled by like 4 different people in the air and still finds those final rockets onto Auto. Witness now, instead of staying on mid like they did on Sunshine, they are setting up as far forward as they can. Get as many chances as possible to get this Uber out of June, get the Uber out of the enemy's hand, because they are on the back foot. It's 14 minutes left in the round. The early sticky kill onto Tomas. It's not a good start here, but Kunu might go down as well. Bomb come forwards out of Pappy, doesn't find Kunu. Instead, he just gets taken down, and that's tf2easy wrestling control of second.
Yeah, I mean, tf2easy just could never get their heels out of Shutter there. There was so much being thrown at June that she just had to bait her whole team, but no one manages to collapse onto any of the combat player kills that they could have got. Morale was so low for so long, and now will eventually go down to the sniper in this super long angle that Tomas has found himself here in Toxic, and tf2easy are looking scared. They're going so slow now. There is an Uber forwards, but this is a pause.
Paused out in a very precarious situation. But yeah, I mean, they kind of, honestly, they're probably just in a situation they have to pop that Uber, right? There's snipers staring them down. They're already playing in low. It's a terrible position. You can see there is both a scout and soldiers on the high ground as well. Makes it really scary. So instead, they're going to elect send the Nasboy Uber forwards. And we can play a game now, Bumfries. Which one of the 2 medics is crashing? Because both June and Auto have internet issues.
I mean, it could be a crash. It could be a Witness really need a timeout here because they lose the round. Or I suppose tf2easy could be pausing because they lose the round as well. This Uber could really go either way. Apparently, according to the voice in our ear, it's a pause called by Witness. So it's either tactical or that Auto has crashed, we can assume.
It's usually Auto, right? Unless it's Virgin Media deciding to time out half a Witness instead. Has known to happen in the past, but I feel like if that does happen, then probably JMax, the producer, lovely producer, would also not be here. Stream would be dead. But yeah, we go. We are on pause, and it's Nasboy trying to set the Uber forwards. Doesn't really find anything immediately. This Uber won't find much at all. Instead, though, the bomb comes in out of Nubby onto Auto. Does not find him. And that is a 1-for-1 trade instead. Josh goes down. Doesn't find the kill onto Auto, but Nubby's in behind.
Yeah, their users into mid have been really bad from tf2easy in this map. Nubby now once again has to try and make something happen, and he's doing just that. Pops Auto in the air and gets the force out. Doesn't quite hit the air shot for that clean drop, but that doesn't matter. It's the same outcome either way once the Uber is out of Auto's pockets, and they are still going to be walking this one forwards. Witness, they do have a player advantage, and Tomas on the sniper able to abuse some doors that might not be held too closely with Nubby down. Will he be able to find an angle and a pick? Nope, he's just going to get forced back for now. But tf2easy, there's not really anything they can do. I mean, it's a 40% advantage, but that's not enough just single-handedly to get out of last. We've seen as well how averse they are to getting out of last, even on way bigger advantages than this, but they are actually prodding forwards into lobby. They find a Tomas kill. And the trap from Domo doesn't find anything. Sill bombing forwards into lobby on his lonesome is going to get taken very, very low here, but is living for now.
Such a tense situation there as well. You can see both teams really just jostling for position, trying to find any sort of an advantage. And there we go. There's the pause called in chat, as no one really seems to disconnect it. Everything happens immediately and we're back. Everything's fine. Kunu now on the sniper and spawn, checking once again.
I can only assume that was a tactical talk then on how they are going to break this last. And now Witness taking their way into lobby, maybe ready to enact the play already. What are they going to go for to try and break this last point down? Pappy, sorry, getting poked really hard by Nasboy, but the sticks from Domo, they just land under Nasboy's feet, and that's a demo pick. This is really, really good now for Witness. The demo is really the only person who can hold the doors up close in a hold like this. Oh, June is lagging out. The Uber is used from Witness. They come in, they manage to drop the NG from it, but June still has the Uber herself, uses it off now, and Witness able to fully kite the return serve of blue team. Nikki still down, no gun, means that Pappy will be aggressing here, bombs forwards, gets a lot of space, and they do actually have all of this kind of 5 area for free now, but Pappy has gone down. In the meantime, Sill also very, very low, will get cleaned up, and tf2easy live to see another day on this last.
Health bars for tf2easy was so low there. All of them in red HP, pretty much just barely hanging on, but they managed to do just that. And once again, this Reckoner loss is proving to be, honestly, really hard to push. We've seen it for so long. Can be very difficult to break. You really need an advantage. Even you get that demo kill. Pappy does so much damage to the combo as well. Unfortunately, no real follow-up. Instead, it's just a bomb coming in, and Pappy closes in onto June. That's a huge advantage for Witness. Auto 100%. Nubby down as well. Taken down by Solentes as the bomb comes in out of Domo. Nasboy trapped out, locked out of the round as Tomas is now on the point, standing on the ledge, capping the point as Josh bombs in, tries to get it, but it's 2 scouts holding. They won't be able to do it. And Witness Gaming send in a hero sec of their own. They get it 2-1.
Yeah, Sill is not going to let you not pay attention to the game for a single second. As soon as he has his opportunity, easiest kill onto June of his life, and then everything just falls into place from there. Nasboy's never getting out of that alive, and playing the point with no stickies on it is super, ultra, mega easy mode on this map of all maps. So Witness, once again, back in the lead. Can they hold it for this 10 minutes? It was roughly the same story last map, but tf2easy still managed to take it 3-2. And the mids have been looking a little better for tf2easy so far. Everyone taking it slow. Nubby hiding in his own cargo this time. Does get spotted out by Ixie. Domo is super deep across point once again. He is just controlling this bridge area. Always the first one to get a kill in the mid. And now the bombs come forwards and Witness get collapsed on. Nubby and Josh combine to find everything. Sill onto June, but she's just too good. She's too far away. And tf2easy with the full wipe.
It's such a big mid from the blue soldiers, Josh and Nubby. I think traditionally as well, another thing we call out for tf2easy, why they haven't seen as much online success, is just Josh. He has some struggles with his internet, but it seems like right now, honestly, he's performing really well, setting up Nubby for these plays, following up on his own, but Domo, he has so much pressure early on. There's a moment there where all of tf2easy are stuck in enemy lower. I feel like a soldier bomb could come across, completely roll them. Instead, it's an Uber charge rolling in onto Witness's last.
And Morale just gets dropped from the Uber. That is really, really big. The stickies are still up for Domo, and he gets them onto Nasboy, and that's really just the push over. Domo, he's showing off now as well. He's getting at the end as well, but dropping morale on that Uber from blue team, really, really not what you want to see. The cap is just the sole point that you need to look at on these lasts. It's so easy when you can just bait out those soldiers and recap, because the point is so big and the stickies barely cover it even at the best of times. But Witness now with the advantage back in hand, pushing it into mid, and they've been a lot better at taking these mids safely than tf2easy have. They almost always panic use here. Sill has managed to get in behind as well. Now he's trapped Nasboy in. They are going to be getting a demo pick here, and the Uber is still up for Witness, but the players are everywhere for tf2easy. They really have to worry about this Witness. They are going to have a free force. Wow, Auto so close to dropping that, just 5 health away between a drop and a force there. Nubby once again going big, managing to find his way to sneak in behind, and even though it's only a force, it's still a massive ad for June. They never capped mid either, so tf2easy in the driver's seat.
tf2easy's flank comes up huge once again. It's Vicky and Nubby both picking off the Witness Gaming flank in their own way. Toe wants to go in, wants to get a little bit aggressive, wants to get this force onto June ASAP, but just can't make it work. Spam coming through in cargo, but Ixie just barrels in, finds two out of nowhere. Both Kunu, Nubby get taken down. Ixie out alive as well. That's Josh falling. tf2easy are coming apart at the seams as Witness Gaming are picking them apart. They don't need an Uber. They're sending in Tomo on his lonesome. What?
Yeah, Tomo gonna get picked off there, and there is still an advantage. Witness can't get too cocky here. They have massively outplayed tf2easy on the mid, but that doesn't mean that you can just ignore the fact the enemy team has Uber, and they are going to play it cautious. There is still to worry about in the backlines as well, taking 1v1 versus Josh. But he's just getting chased back to last. There's only two people, only two combat classes on mid right now. Everyone else is obsessed with Syl. They do find him in the end, but things are even. Either way, tf2easy once again need to find a way into second here.
Have to find some sort of an angle. They are down around, and it's 6.5 minutes left to go before the map is over and Witness would take the win. Should tf2easy not be able to find anything, early spam onto June as she drops down to 50 HP as the Uber is now traded. Auto as well popping, has to flash a couple members, and it is a Kunu solo here. Gets so much damage dealt onto Ixie, but there's no real positional follow-up for the rest of tf2easy. I say, as the bombs come in out of Josh and Nubby, but they both fall so very low, and tf2easy, they haven't found much space, and now June out in no man's land as Tomas gets in. Kill onto Kunu as well, but the trades are coming across. Demo man down for Witness, and they are stuck on the point. Nasboy sits far back and rains down hell on Witness Gaming. Josh can bomb forwards and capitalize off of the damage. It's a kill onto Auto, and now it's equalized. Pappy gets the kill onto Nubby. The fight is still going on. Josh fancies himself a nice little second point, but Pappy bombs in. Should just be able to find the frag, and he might just do just that, but he gets traded off from the damage out of Nasboy. Traded off on his own. A messy fight, and I don't think anyone is stopping.
Yeah, well, the heals are here, and two scouts are the best classes to take your heals in with just off a situation like this. In that fight, it was so strange. Oh, Witness. Actually, they have their own heals. They just want to take this to them, and they do have the closer spawners there on their own last. They are able to bully them out almost immediately. There is a small ad for tf2easy, but it won't be coming up just yet, and in that previous fight, that was just very strange play from both medics. It seemed like they lost kind of spatial awareness of where the front line of the battle was, where those players were going to be coming from, and they were both just caught out being the furthest member forward of their team. June obviously dying a little bit earlier means that she gets this Uber advantage coming up here now, and Auto playing its very safe back in rollout is popped out early through lower. They are going to be able to find Pappy, but that's all they catch with the early Uber, and it's going to be coming up any second for Auto. They are going to be not able to cap second, in fact, as Domo in with the super bomb immediately. They do find the frag onto Morale, but it's three players behind. It doesn't really matter all too much, though, when second hasn't been capped. They are going to converge onto second now. Auto has been taken down super low and has no heal target. Gets taken down again. Ixie, very, very low, fighting on the point. Everyone is everywhere right now. This is such a chaotic fight. Pappy is locking them down in lobby, but Nubby's already on last. Nubby's already on last.
He's in on point. Pappy doesn't have health to jump, but he shoots the spam rocket, barely keeps the round alive for Witness Gaming. Nubby was so close. Give him 30 more HP. But that's it. That's the round. But instead, now, we're back where we started. tf2easy, they're walking in again. We're just going to keep fighting on second forever.
And this is like just waves of zombies fighting it out on second over and over again. Morale gets insta-gibbed by Domo. So does Nasboy. Domo has been stepping it up this game. He is not happy that Fancy took his demo of the season, and he is going to get it this time. He is really playing out of his mind, but there goes a bomb from Josh, so close to taking down everyone in that choke, but just not enough. As now it's evened up once again, and tf2easy, again, they don't want to slow down. They want to keep this going. Everyone's on the low ground, on the cap. Morale's going to be the one to take the brunt of it. And they get in and they force everyone out. Domo leaving on his own, but he isn't going to get chased down. This is being a just psychotic brawl over second here, as they are once again just drying it into second. They do get the Uber a little bit earlier. Auto has to rotate out to Shutter, but Nasboy's not looking at it, so they're in for free. June goes down very, very low, but manages to get the Uber out in time. Thomas is managing to make her split it every which way, and now the Uber's gonna fade. Everyone is very, very low for tf2easy, and June is going to be the one to go down off the back of it. They need to full commit now, hard send, see what they can find. They do take down Domo, Ixie very low, and there's already Nasboy in behind, but it looks like Witness are going to escape to last.
They're in onto last, but they have to hold on to point. There's so much pressure from tf2easy. The bodies, it's just Auto left alive on point, and he falls as well. And that is tf2easy deciding to take Cadus's game plan, holding slow, holding passive, throwing it all out of the window, ripping it up, setting it on fire. Such a chaotic round, and it's a brawl backwards and forwards, but they come out on top in the end. Now it's 2-2. It's 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, and both teams have an angle here. A dominant mid-fight victory could spell the end of the map, could spell the win of ETF2L Premiership for the first time in over a year for tf2easy.
Yep, they have got it. 3 seasons ago was the last time they saw gold. But they are now more primed than ever to get it once again. A very slow mid-fight this time. Nubby on the low ground just gets pushed by a scout and does absolutely nothing in this mid. Josh getting taken down as well alongside Yeehor. And now all these blue players are going to get collapsed on. Witness are putting their foot down. That is enough fun, tf2easy. You're not going to take this one without a fight, and morale is not going to do anything here on second. They're already in towards last. Domo's looking to sticky up a spawn door. 90% for Auto. Second starting to get capped by Ixie now.
Such a big position here for Witness. You see Thomas, he's already on point on last. Auto has 100%, and tf2easy are not able to set up any off-classes. Kunu is up on heavy, but he's in spawn. The super's popped out, and they've only managed to get a kill onto Josh. Now, there's no real positioning for Witness. As they get this one soldier kill, they're going to barrel in anyway. They want to get this round. They want to win in regulation. Instead, June drops down to the bombs, coordinated every projectile class for Witness. Comes up huge, and it's just Domo raining down, combining. He might even get a force. It's Nubby alone with Josh following up, manages to get that kill. Now Auto is probably so very dead. I say because he surfs, but Josh finds his Auto rocket there onto the corner. tf2easy, they stay alive in the round. Dude, and it is one more dry push for Witness. 40 seconds left. Auto's up in 3 seconds. June has a little bit of time to build that, but tf2easy, they cannot push out. They have time to set up a gun, and that's just about it.
They just need to bring this golden cap, and that was essentially another Nubby 1v4 last hold, by the way. Whenever Nubby is on last and you have a bunch of players on it, he is the one to come up clutch. We saw it at Arcadia, we see it again now. He does just manage to get those first 2 kills and buy time for the Josh spawner, who helps him with Domo. And now 15 seconds left. There's very little cap time for Witness. They need to start getting something done. Pappy has managed to go down, and there's so much cap time on the point. They all collapse on the heavy. Oh, but it's not enough. Auto's the only one left standing. We're going to golden cap. tf2easy still managed to stay alive, and they could take it in 2. Witness are floundering.
tf2easy is stepping up again, and honestly it felt like Witness, they would have had that in the bag. Such a huge advantage for them to push it onto last, but it doesn't work, and it's so hard now. Golden cap here. tf2easy are a singular round away from taking it all. Witness, they need this to take it to a map number 3, take us to Granary, but they have to do something. I need production to tell me in my ear if we want to go to an analyst desk, or
they've already said it. Talking. You missed it. We are staying with casters because they could be going live any second now. But this has been unbelievable from tf2easy. In that pretty much what felt like a 15-minute long scrap happening on second. That's where Witness Gaming should be just winning outright. Like, they are the roster that has had fewer changes. They have been the dominant force for a year. They have those team fights down to a T, just playing off the cohesion of each other. And still, they gave them so many opportunities, tf2easy. It was like 5 fights in a row on second, and tf2easy still managed to take that round, not the round that you'd expect them to be taking after so far they've been pretty much having to rely on huge singular plays. They've really won out in the team cohesion element there, and that might be what is taking them over the edge to finally be the number 1 team rather than the number 2 in Europe.
It's so impressive for Witness here, honestly. just taking it all the way. I'm so surprised at the play we saw from tf2easy at the end. That fourth round there was so crazy from them. Absolute psycho. Just keep on fighting. It's such a weird place. I haven't seen them do this in so long. They've just decided randomly. I guess they have the time limit, so there's probably a player sitting and just deciding, calling it, hey guys, we really need to just keep on trucking, keep on pushing.
Yep.
We are
Okay,
being told by
being
production. We are
told.
taking it to a desk to help break down the game before we go to the golden cap.
Yeah, there we are. Give those guys a little bit of a quick break. That is one of the matches of all time, for sure. We have not seen tf2easy this evenly matched online with Witness Gaming in, like a year. It's actually been a long time since they've managed to step up this much. We've seen it at LAN, but that's a different environment. So, wow. Any immediate thoughts, the two of you?
I think the thing for me is how reminiscent this Reckoner game was of the TF2Easy 4 fence game. Just the absolute chaos coming in for the kind of last 20-15 minutes. Perhaps playing that game earlier in the season did set them up well for this, but it's exciting stuff back and forth. You know, going back into this game, looking from the start of the weekend, I would never say that TF2Easy would win such a scrappy kind of slugfest that they've played out, or even be able to stay with Witness. But so far they're holding their own, and it shows how much of a level they've gone up since the regular season. Because during the regular season, basically, if Nubby wasn't kind of carrying them, if they weren't working methodically, if they weren't like successfully converting last pushes off Nubby's plays, then nothing was really working for them. But they seem to have definitely more tricks up their sleeve and are able to hold their own much better now.
Oh yeah, it's literally TF2Easy in playoffs mods. Nobby has been fantastic for so far this series. I think he's pretty much diffed Sil, especially on this map. Sil has been pretty quiet in my opinion.
I've not seen much out of him,
Yeah, which is pretty surprising. And the whole squad of TF2Easy have been fighting on and on. They literally took every fight possible. I feel like Josh is literally leading them to victory. It's over. This golden cap is already over.
It's so over. No, like I absolutely agree with what you said there. That like TF2Easy have been playing insanely aggressively. Like there was that one moment, right, like at the end there, where it just like the never-ending story. The fight just kept going on second, and then somebody goes behind on last, pulls the Witness players back, and then they kill those guys, come back out, and then there's already like 4 TF2Easy players ready to push back into second again. It did not end. Like our casters could barely catch a breath because it was just an ongoing fight over and over. TF2Easy just did not want to relent. They are being so aggressive with their play, and Witness are really struggling, really holding a candle to it.
I'd like to add that Witness are kind of lost. They used a lot of snipers, which is not usually what they do. So if they use sniper, they're kind of on the back end.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah. You don't see it of them very often, so they might be getting a bit desperate. Anyway, we're going to throw it back to the casters for our golden cap that could potentially decide the victor of Prem this season if TF2Easy win it. So take it away, Wonderman Bum.
Thank you so much, Sonny, for bringing it back. We are here. We've made it. It's map number 2, golden cap. TF2Easy, map point, game point, tournament point. Bumfries, how we're feeling?
I'm feeling like I wasn't expecting to see this. I mean, I knew TF2Easy could take it, but I wasn't expecting it to be this close on both of these maps, and for TF2Easy to have match point this early in the game. And here we are into the golden cap. Next round wins. If either of these teams take it, they have taken the map. If TF2Easy takes it, they've taken the entire season. And it's all coming down to this mid-fight one.
We're on to mid-fight, and neither team immediately wants to go in. Instead, sitting back, and it's Nubby sending it forward. In onto Auto, who's very far back in Toxic. But Nubby shut down, but it is a kill onto Domo. No Demo Man means that Nasboy finally has free reign of height as Tomaz wants to go in. Pappy supporting his pocket scout, but instead, it's a fight on the flank as Josh takes down Syl. The rest of Witness, they trade back, but so much damage is dealt by Josh. Pappy trading in return onto Weehor here. Instead, Unu now on height, doesn't really have that much backup from the rest of his team, but he does have heals, and now Pappy fails the bomb up into the crate, instead has to sit back, and now Nasboy, he can rain down hell on the enemy team. Domo now back. Till this fight coming forwards is even Ubers here, both teams have it, but Thomas taken down by Nas, and Witness Gaming, they're out of mid.
That fight was so close, so many turning points in it as well. tf2easy put on the gas right at the end, seeing if they could just fully commit and take down Auto and everything, but instead they lost Yeehor off of that aggression, and that actually gave Witness an edge back into the mid. Eventually, it doesn't work out too negatively for them. Nubby gets in behind off the back of this and will get cleaned up. Auto eating a little bit of spam in the shutters, but it's nothing to worry about. And tf2easy back up to mid. Witness Gaming, they want to do something off of this. They are taking all of grass for free. They've just busted in through lower. Syl in with a high bomb, landing onto June, gets that force out a little bit earlier. In fact, it is Witness using it just a slight bit earlier, but Thomas and Morale both unable to find anyone to split the Uber onto, so the trade is completely out the way, and now this is a 6v6 mid-fight once again.
And the Nubby goes super high, but doesn't find anything either. Instead, Happy and lower, and it's an absolute crunch onto both sides. Happy and Syl both go down, but the rest of tf2easy follow. Now, just June and her pocket are up on second. And Josh, really nice rocket onto Thomas. Completely denies him wanting to go forwards. And Josh, feel himself, never mind, walks back. And because Josh decided to stay on second, June ran back to last. It's now a 30% advantage here for Auto.
Yeah, Auto was definitely counting that as well. He's got the match head on. He knows that Josh was there and close, and June was healing no one, so Witness are going to be going off of this. Yeah, they are electing to get through the door. Domo with a very early bomb gets in onto the sentry. Sentry gun down. Morale getting taken down very low. Lost cap time already. There's a bomb in from Nubby to block it, but will it be enough? There's two down on the side of tf2easy already. Nasboy very weak. Going to trade out for a soldier. Kunu has been behind the Uber this whole time. Morale has to 1v3 it, but we're going to a third map. Witness managed to take it, both teams with each other's map pick, and we will be seeing Granary.
Stellar game awareness there from Witness, knowing that Josh stayed on second, knowing they have the ad, getting in, getting that push, making it work finally. And they're pushed to the brink, but they will not be defeated. They're not going to be silenced like that. You don't win against the team that's gone undefeated online for so long.
Yeah,
and that's
just
Witness.
That 6v6 refight on the mid, I guess it was all about the positioning at the end of it, and June was just nowhere to be able to heal anyone at the very end of the Ubers getting exchanged there on mid, so wiped over there on mid, and then Josh staying in on second might be the play that ends it for them there. That's an unlucky one. Who knows what might have happened if June had been able to build on last. But I think we do have a desk ready to talk about the entire map. They might not have much to say about the golden cap, but they didn't have much time to talk about the full map last time, so let's see what they have to say.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking away for that beautiful golden cap. Witness are here to fight. They're not giving this up for free. They want this to go to Granary. They want this to go to our final map. They are here to show that they are the best in Europe. At least they have been for the past year. So they're not going to make this free for tf2easy. And this could be the breakpoint. Man.
Yeah, definitely never write Witness off. tf2easy have been impressive. They seem to have had more of the players. They seem to have had a lot of momentum throughout the game. They even won this mid on this golden cap and pushed Witness all the way back, but it wasn't enough. Witness come back strong, and the transitions from Witness are just so impressive. They only need a small ad, 1 pick, 2 picks, and they can get like 2-3 points off the back of it, and they're relentless. They got, again, a small Uber advantage and made it work off the last push, where I don't think any other team in Europe would have been able to do that.
At least not that quickly.
I agree, their transitions are really good, but what about I'm most impressed is how Thomas is leading this Uber. He's literally splitting Nudge, TF2Easy's Uber so well and taking so much space for his team. It's actually what is winning them so much fight.
That's true. Thomas, I mean, in general, is such an incredible pocket scout in general. Like, he's so unbelievably good. So putting the Ubers on his back there a lot. I think that's what kept them in the map throughout the entire thing. Because I think without their Ubers going as well as they are, like, they've always lost every other fight, right? Even before the Golden Cap, they were kind of on the back foot a lot. And as you were said, they were kind of struggling a bit, whipping out the sniper strats and stuff, getting a bit desperate perhaps. So having like that little bit of a cornerstone, having that solid pillar of Thomas probably helps a lot with keeping a stable performance going.
Yeah, certainly Auto's been done a couple more times than June across the both maps. So it has meant there have been a lot of opportunities for TF2Easy to use those Uber advantages to get, a few points back here and forth. But as you say, the fact that, whenever it goes down to a bit of a stalemate, it's either down to TF2Easy breaking it open with, nubby play, or you're going in behind. Witness have basically resorted to trades and making Thomas do a lot of work in those trades, and it's a good weapon for them because I think in a lot of other facets of the game they are slightly outmatched, at least tonight.
And what was good about the last fight is that Thomas or Otto, I don't know who calls that, but they saw that Chun wasn't with anyone, so they knew that the over advantage was pretty thicker than it was supposed to do. I think Josh kind of messed up staying on second for so long instead of backing out with June.
Yeah, I feel like if he had gone back with June, that could have been a very different story on that last hold. They would have at least had an Uber ready to try and hold with, and that could have made the difference. Either way, that's all in the past, because now we're going to Granary. Again, bit of a wild card map. Again, we haven't seen either teams play on them as much this season, so that's going to be an interesting one. They left the most interesting map, perhaps, for the decider, and I don't know what to expect at this point. Either team could take it. Both teams have been playing out of their minds tonight, so yeah, I don't know.
We've got no data on it. We've got no. I mean, the fact that the mid fights are so important on Granary always, that probably bodes better for TF2Easy because I think overall their mids throughout the season have been better than most of the other teams, whereas Witness, that's an area they've struggled. One thing I will point out for Witness that could be good news for them is so far I think they've won 4 of their 5 Uber advantage pushes into last. They haven't, been able to get that into that situation many times, but every time they have, other than that one, they've been super clinical. So if they are able to get Uber advantage, if they are able to make good sacks into last, you can bet your money that they're going to convert them.
Yeah, as far as I know, from what I remember playing with both teams and against both teams on Granary, I think Domo has the edge on mid against this boy. So unless Nabi goes fast, which he loves going fast, I think the mids are gonna go in Papi's way.
Well, I guess that's something to mention in general. Is Granary much more of a soldier impact map, right? Like obviously both teams have absurd scout combos, but at least traditionally you'd expect them to take a bit more of a back seat on Granary, right? You'd expect the soldiers to shine even more than they have. And I mean, Nubby has been putting in a ton of work already, but if he can get his playground on Granary here, if he gets away with more than he should, which is easier considering it's more of a soldier-centric map, whoa, he could be looking down his next roamer of the season. Let's say it like that. It probably already is. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely. And what is to known is that Granary is literally a slaughterhouse for medics. So you won't see many medics surviving this map.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if Jude just barely goes to mid at certain points because if they were to get auto fast in the mids like they have on some of the other maps, then Jude is just going to be out there straight away. They're just going to be fully chased back, and TF2Easy have made that work on previous maps. They've kept June alive. They've gone back to second, regrouped on second, pushed into mid, and whereas New Panzer yesterday, every time they tried to push into mid against the Witness hold, so far tf2easy have had an easier time of it tonight at least.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I honestly got nothing else to add to the prediction of what like Granary is going to look like. It's completely up to how both of these teams play. It's not like anybody's got crazy momentum right now. Both maps have been almost as close as they can be. Just barely not a golden cap on the first one. Obviously, golden cap on the second. It's anybody's game. This is the closest we've had a Prem final in a while.
I think it's gonna go to a 1-1 golden cap. I'm calling it right now.
Granary is the map for that. That is true.
Exactly. It's gonna be slow, it's gonna be steady, but it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, fair enough. You think we're gonna see a lot of like back and forth leapfrogging, coast to coasting, but not quite converting last pushes type of stuff?
I feel like they're gonna be stuck on second most of the time.
Dumbo, do you expect to see as many kind of Thomas solo Ubers and trades and stuff from Witness, or is it not as favourable on Granary because of all the spam?
I think it's fine so far. It's been working out on Granary. It's super fine. Like the speed on Scout is actually so good. So yeah, I expect a lot of solo Ubers again from Thomas and making space for his soldiers.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. God, these gamers are taking a break, huh? Like I got nothing to talk about anymore. I just want to see how this goes on. I want them to hit it off. I just want to see how this is going to conclude, because my lord, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I guess we could talk about the demos. I mean, we touched on it a little bit, right? You said that Domo should have a better mid than Nasboy, unless Nubby can have a word with that. But in general, across the map as well. But for the most part, both demos have had their moments throughout both maps right now. They haven't had like crazy standouts a lot of the time, right? Sometimes they get a couple trap kills, and that's about it. Do you think that they're either demos really gonna step up on this map?
I'm not entirely sure. Like so far, both demos have been pretty quiet, except Domo that kind of shines a lot on Reckoner. But yeah, they are both demos that are playing methodically, so they are not shiny and flashy like people like let's say like Fancy or Lacour. So they just play the zone out. They play the traps game, the defense game. So I'm not expecting much flashy, but they are literally a pillar for their team.
I think the mid fights are going to be interesting because I've seen so many games across the years where you play one map, it's like Gully Wash or Process or something, and like one demo is doing better. Then they come into Granary, and suddenly it's just one of the demos has a better idea of how to play the mid. They just win the mid for their team every time, and it's just a complete turnaround. Just some demos are like really strong on this mid, and some demos just absolutely ace it.
Well, any closing words, Demol?
I mostly agree, but I think Domo is gonna shine.
Okay.
I'm putting words on him.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll have to see if we can hold you to those words, because the gamers are getting ready to start on Granary. So, for one last time tonight, hopefully, unless this goes on for way longer with another golden cap, Wandom and Bum, take it away for Granary.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for setting up ever so beautifully for this final map here. Going to Granary. We're talking about it on the desk. Bumfries, this might be one of the slower ones.
It could be. It very well could be, but it also could go the complete opposite way. You never know with Granary. And there's a bunch of interesting points that the desk touched on. One is that we haven't really seen much Granary from either team. No tf2easy official on Granary at all this season. Witness Gaming had one game on it, which was really, really close versus New Panzer, 3-2 in the end. And obviously New Panzer getting knocked out in third. Being close against the first team, maybe there's something to be spotted there. The other is all about the Thomas factor. Obviously, Thomas, the Granary expert. And there have been times where he's been taking trades. The goal of the trade isn't even to just win straight up in the trade, but that's what he always manages to do. They just gank Nasboy, get an instant demo pick from basically an even situation, and manage to roll things from there, even though that wasn't like their primary focus in the push. Thomas is just able to work magic like that, and here we go. We'll see if any of that comes into play, as Nicky is the first one to try something. He runs into enemy garage, but the bombs are coming across from Pappy now. He does get taken down. Nasboy also going down. Sill in the backlines, coming up behind. June now misses that first rocket. Everyone is going in super deep to try and avoid this, and Sill finally finishes it up with the wrap, and Nicky is the last one alive. Does take down the Sill kill, but that's not going to be enough. Witness with the first mid.
It's the eternal adage of Granary mid. You might lose your med, but, like, you'll lose yours as well. It's so hard for a medic to stay alive on this mid if the soldier bombs are coordinated properly. There's just not really anywhere you can realistically go. You can surf around a little bit, but honestly, it makes it really hard to stay alive on the mid. So it's even Ubers, actually. You can see tf2easy setting up on yard already, potentially making a little bit of a peek into middle here. It's Witness setting up in ramp room now. We're gonna have to see, how do you break the stalemate? There's no Uber on the side of June, but it's Thomas taken down by Yeehor there, and now one player down for Witness means that they are out of ramp room. They are on to middle, and ball is in tf2easy's court. How do they do? Do they do anything?
No, you don't do anything here into mid.
Nope.
Thomas just made a run for it through left side, just trying to make a play happen, but this counter-sack is not worth anything. You have much less of a chance to get onto auto than what you actually give up in going one down here in their opportunities to get onto June. So I think it's definitely just the right call to let that one be on second here for tf2easy. The height on the crates and the safe med positioning is just too strong on mid. In comes the bomb from Sill. June is all the way around the corner. She's made so much distance and manages to hit that surf anyway. Sill not going down for a while, but eventually does fall, and June, nice and safe, gets the pack. Everything back to normal.
That was honestly, like, how does Sill get that far in? It's a super high bomb. I think it got juggled a little bit further in as well. But June sits so far back. And you can see, like, I think it's a miracle that Sill even got that first rocket off in the first place. Getting a second one off there, borderline impossible. So much ground Sill has to cover. And June could dodge so far back. Really difficult. Now
my God,
it's
Sill
another
just got rolled
soldier.
by a trap.
And Sill sent into the skybox. And he's dead once again.
Well, that was a fun one, but obviously unsuccessful. Nas with the interesting trap just on the floor sends him sky high, and now once again waiting for Sill to have his next attempt. tf2easy, not really much that they can do in return, at least as long as none of them die, but even then I don't think sniping even out of yard is a great idea. It's really just waiting for a witness play when you're in this position on yard.
Yeah, it's really hard for the blue team to get in, get anything done whatsoever. I'm surprised there isn't an off-classer yet for Witness, honestly. It feels like this is one of the more obvious sniper angles. Instead, once again, it's still high-bombing forwards, and this time June is in shutters, but the damage is dealt to Kunu and not to the medic. June goes down to 100, but that's completely fine. She stays alive, everything's okay. And now, 2 minutes on the board. Is Sill just going to keep one-man sacking?
I mean, it's very possible. He's getting closer and closer with each attempt, obviously, bar the time he got rolled by a trap, but I don't know if it's ever going to be successful. This is just, your bomb is so telegraphed, it's so easy to have all that time to see it coming and run backwards if you are June here. Sill, once again, he's bombed through, and June is already inside second. Like, that means that Sill is going to land on a closer player as well after he didn't see the medic, and he will go 1-for-1 with Josh, but Pappy's going to get run down by Yeehor, seeing that opportunity on a soldier. And now 2 soldiers down on mid. tf2easy still not going to bother here. They are just happy to sit around in the yard.
Yeah, still once again, you can see Witness, they take the height on the crates. I'm honestly surprised there's not a sack attempt from tf2easy. Feels like the door should be open, at least on one of the angles, to maybe try and go in. Instead, this time around, Sill's going to try something else. He's going to barrel in onto Nubby, and Nubby drops dangerously low, all the way down to 15, and that opens the door. Now there's a Sill behind. He's in
There's
to a
5 behind, bro.
lunchbox,
They've
and
got all
Witness,
of
they're just
yard.
forcing the way forwards.
Yeah, they've got pretty much all of Yard for free here. They do use first on the side of Witness. They've used a cross point. Nubby's gone down in second in the backlines in the meantime, but there's 5 red players on second now. They're locking all of blue in their own yard. They need to get through these sticks immediately. If they let this cap happen, they've lost the round already. They can just go back to last, and Domo is rolling them here on the point. Gets the morale kill, gets the June kill, and now the cat is going to get taken from under them. Nasboy has nothing to say on second. There's just a bomb from Nubby, but it's over. Witness Gaming with the huge wrap. They managed to lock everyone out of their own house on second. They've lost the keys, tf2easy, and they've lost the round.
Such a big play from Syl, and finally decides to go for something else, sees the open door. It's just Nubby holding that flank, and it allows Ixie to slip in behind as well. Pressure builds from Witness as the rest of the team build and build and build off of the tiny little advantage that they get pushing off of that flank now onto middle. Nasboy dangerously low, escapes the comfort of his pack, but he's still significantly lower than Domo. Has to play a little bit further back as both teams are setting up on mid.
Yep, Witness Gaming a bit more passive. They've still got Syl in their own garage watching for that flank, and Nicky just catches. He goes long, gets those 2 Domo pipes delivered, and Josh going to go down as well after that bomb. Pappy with the huge wrap can find them all in choke here, and he will do so with the help of Syl. That's June going down. Going to be a late spawn for June and Morale as well. Big advantage for Witness. Ready to barrel this one into second.
Such a big play from Pappy, catching out tf2easy. Really honestly feels like now tf2easy getting outmaneuvered by Witness. We're coming alive a little bit more on this map, looking a little bit better. They've 100% advantage here, sitting up on second right now, building, getting ready. There's a sentry gun up, and it's Domo sent in immediately onto the gun, as the gun actually not taken down, finally is taken down. Now Stickies on the point have to be dealt with, and soldiers on height as Pappy bombs up. Heavy could do a lot of spam here out of Nicky, but instead the Heavy gets focused down beautifully by Witness, but the rest of the team is going to fall. tf2easy are managing to clean this up. Josh does a lot, and it's just Ixie left alive. 20 HP, gets taken down. tf2easy, they manage to stave off the push. June 60% off her own.
That should have been the round there for Witness. They all collapse onto that Heavy, but then they just lose their lives. Everyone focusing it maybe a bit too much, and everyone who lands near it just gets cleaned up by the explosives of Josh and Morale, of course, as well. Now a big advantage into mid. They just need to clear everything. This is the mid where you can get in nice and slowly as long as you make sure every trap and, of course, the lamp is clear. Josh bombing this one through first. Witness playing it super passive in their own garage. There's a bomb forwards from Pappy, just going to land onto Josh, who was out there on his own on the high ground, and now Morale taking the solo Uber should be able to catch something here, but Witness have scattered expertly. They've managed to get through every little hole of the sieve and win their 1v1s. Ixie now is going to get cleaned up, but he's done more than enough. His job was just to send them back, not to actually get anyone, and he's done that successfully. Tomas now able to cap up second, and Witness have just sown havoc into the tf2easy camp. Nicky in behind, but already spotted.
tf2easy, they managed to get their spawners, obviously, because their spawn door is just so much closer than Witness. You can see their spawners are still coming back, and that allows tf2easy to hold on to second for now. 70% nearing for June on the Uber. tf2easy just have to kite this out for a little bit. They should have the Uber charge for last, with June now nearing 80%. Witness, because of those really slow spawners, are not really probably going to be able to convert off of this any further in tf2easy. They don't even want to give up second. Instead, now Ubers are even, and I mean, they still don't have this cap. They're edging forwards, and there's a kill traded. Now Nubby and Pappy both go down.
June and Nasboy just got obliterated on the shutter door there. It's a miracle they don't actually have to use it, and now all of Witness able to just flood into last because they know how much damage they've dealt. They know how low those players are, and their use has to come out from June first, and Auto's kited it completely. They just let Ixie be the sacrificial lamb. He can go down as long as we keep our Uber, and now it's a 100% advantage. Witness just played every aspect of that second push perfectly.
It's just so difficult for tf2easy. They have to rely on the sniper out of Kunu to try and find some sort of a miracle shot onto anyone, preferably the medic here. But Kunu has to find something soon because Witness Gaming, they're setting up this push. You can see them already posturing around, deciding where do they go, picking up poison. It looks like the bomb out on Domo into the gun, taken down immediately. Now, Stickies onto the point means you can't cap it quite yet, but instead the aggression's coming forward onto June, onto the scouts. Domo actually taken down, and so Pappy, Ixie, still all four fall, but it's a kill. Pistol from Tomas manages to find June, and now he can walk his own out to safety. His medic stays alive, and they have another ad to play with.
Yep, they're so focused on June, they just forget about how to win the round there. The collapse onto point was too good from tf2easy as well, and that one player who was left to deal with it, and tf2easy once again holding on. June, though, going down does mean that it's a recycled Uber. Witness able to redo if they wish, and they should be able to get into second once again. tf2easy, last time they were so desperate to hold on to it that they nearly threw everything away on second. Will they be a bit more cautious this time? Are they willing to give it up and play for last instead? Pappy and Tomas making their way in through Lunchbox already. Josh has called them out, and he's doing a lot of spam damage to slow them down. Still starting on the cap. The Uber is up. Pappy has managed to clean out this upper area, and Tomas is now barreling forwards. He knows Nubby's super low, but he's just going to go 1-for-1 there. Commits a bit too much, and now things are going to even up as June is on 85%.
Witness not willing to really push off this ad quite yet. You see Pappy scouting out, gonna want to try and bomb in onto June, but he's just getting body blocked. June is completely safe, sitting in her own spawn. And that is just even up now. Gun being built by Yeehor. And a setup, and once again now it's on to Witness. How do they bust this last? What is the angle? Where can they find a little opener? They've been so good at this already, and it's a Sil bombing into June already. Gets one decent rocket, actually stays alive for so long. The rocket barely stays alive, does June, but she manages it. Follow-up kill into Ixie as well means that there is no pressure the Witness can deal. Instead, one Pappy on top, and tf2easy stay for now.
Terrifyingly close onto June. If Ixie was a bit deeper in, he probably just hits like a 12 damage shot and cleans June up there. She gets caught right at the end. Just a little movement fail on the door that could have spelled disaster, but at the end of the day, no harm, no foul, as June stays alive with the Uber in tow. And Witness Gaming still just chilling here on second. There's a bit of a forwards trap from Nasboy, but it should already be known about. I believe they've watched him putting that one up, so I don't expect anyone to fall for it, but Nasboy's just baiting desperately to see if anyone comes to try and challenge him. And Toe will be, and he gets det on. There we go, that's the Toe kill. But we've seen that be so deadly so many times from Tomas. He's kind of isolated Nasboy over there, and as soon as he kind of edges out the stickies, makes Nasboy miss the timing, he just runs in and two-shots Nasboy. He can't get heals very easily from this position. So I feel like I've seen that countless times on Granary, just Tomas running this one down and two-shotting Nas. But not going to be this time. Nasboy keeps himself safe, and everything is just still slowed down here on the last point. Witness sending Sil up top, going to lose out the spam fight to Nubby.
Nothing much happening still. So both teams not really losing anything either, as they just stick around. They're sitting on top. Yeah, nothing really happening. This is such a hard last to hold. You can see they're really struggling with this. The sniper out of Kunu as well builds a lot of pressure, really makes it a lot harder for Witness rather to peek aggressively, as the sniper could shut them down so very quickly. You can see Kunu has a little bit of an angle. He can see some heads here, but instead is Ixie walking in, but it's a beautiful headshot by Kunu. Gets taken down as Domo sacking in, but crucially they get the force. It's a three-man sack with Sil going down very late. Auto now running for the hills. Pappy as well doesn't want to get too cookie. They're getting into what are they doing?
They're just going for a huge Tomas solo, as we were talking about in the pregame. They do get the Nasboy kill, and second never got capped there. Josh should be caught in. This should be a free kill. Tomas is going to be the one to clean that one up as well. And now they've just manipulated tf2easy to their will. They've got this into a 6v4 scenario, baited tf2easy to push out off of that triple sack, and now they punish. Now they are into last. That heavy is not long for this world. They're already on the point. There we go. Witness Gaming taking the second round. In Granary, they are well ahead now.
Unreal play there from Witness. So smart. Incredible there. They know they can dodge around. Instant push into that lunchbox as well, wrapping them around. Tomas getting two really crucial kills as well, setting his team up for the round victory. They can barrel across.
They've been winning really the mids too. Stuff. As Dumul said, Domo is way faster to this and just locks Nasboy off the pack. He has to wait for a bow. He can't even take the medkit. So If Witness Gaming keep this up, we might not even have that close of an affair in the second map. In the third map, sorry, as we are one apiece. Both teams slow to start this off once again. Seeing who's going to be the first one to make a move, and it looks like it will be Sill coming in over the right side. Ali does bomb up, June hits the surf, but actually dies, catches the ball in mid-air, and the bleed out from Ixie will be what kills the medic there. That's unbelievably unlucky for June, but Domo and Auto are already out.
Auto now running back all the way to last. 90% here wants to keep the Uber, wants to use it as Witness, want to slowly choke out tf2easy, but they have to get into their own second point here on this Granary map, and it is so difficult to bust into as well. They're really honestly probably just looking for a little bit of a stake. tf2easy can play this so far forwards, get this force out. Witness, I mean, they probably just have to pop this in. They have to be really careful not to get forced out as they're walking forwards, but the kill to Yeehor.
This use could catch everyone. They were playing this so riskily, playing it so close. Domo bombing forwards, does find Nasboy, and Josh has gone down elsewhere as well, but they don't find the medic with it. They have to keep the aggression up, though. They know that all of tf2easy are on the back foot. Nubby might get caught in as well. Hit Domo with huge bombs into both of these points, just making sure he's instantly at the front line, locking everyone out. And they do manage to get mid, but the Uber advantage in the favor of tf2easy. Last time it didn't go too well when they were in this situation. Josh got soloed out on top, and then they could just win the combat classes fight despite the Uber being up for tf2easy. Let's see if they make the same mistake again, as this time they're opting to come through Garage.
They're coming in to mid here. Silentes bombs in, so does Pappy, and they manage to get a super early kill onto Nasboy. Does not get the Uber in time, and now Silentes is probably going to get picked off as well, but 2 soldiers for that demo kill. It leaves tf2easy without the ability to really push forwards. Instead now, it's going to be Nubby sitting on the lamp as Auto now 100% Witness. Gonna wait for their soldiers. Pappy Sill, 3 seconds away from spawning, gonna come right back up. And maybe Witness, they're going to be looking to come onto second. They're going to have to be careful. Watch out for the Nubby lamp play.
Yeah, I mean, you always clear the lamp here if you're Witness. It would be so stupid if this is the one time they don't check it. Thomas looked like he already called it out there. I think he was looking up as he came through the choke, but Nasboy is hard locking this door. They have to use through instantly, and Nas is just delaying this entire Uber. There's no chance he lives it, but they haven't actually spotted Nubby.
Nubby's completely alone. Nobody's seen him, and now he can bomb in. He's up on the ramp here. Auto should see him now, but Nubby is just the knight from above. He takes down Auto and sets his team up beautifully. Another kill onto Silentes as well. Witness flundering, forgetting the lamp, and Nubby can just drop down. Such a big play from him, keeping his team once again. He's just on top of Auto.
His absolute confidence to keep going for that play after the Uber is already used. Like, they could have just killed Nasboy and then immediately turned around and started shooting him. That's what I thought was going to happen, but either they forgot or they never saw him in the first place. They never checked it. And now Nubby with the huge play once again. The backbone of tf2easy gets them into the game on Granary here. Could be looking down the barrel of their first round with a 40% advantage. The gun's already up for Ixie. Super passive play from Witness, ready by the spawn door. They've got Toe on Sniper, still on Heavy. And here comes the Uber from Nas, jumping this one forwards. Sentry gun should be going down immediately. Now Morale running this one forwards towards the combo. The entire combo kiting to the shutters perfectly, and all the rockets are missed onto Auto from the collapsing bomb. tf2easy have beefed this one, and they are going to get sent all the way back. This is a massive opportunity for Witness to not only get 1 point, but probably 2 or 3 here.
It's so hard for tf2easy. You have to scramble to hold on to as much as possible. Kunu is in forward spawn. He's on this sniper here. Demo walks across. He has to time this perfectly, and he doesn't. Swaps back to scout. Doesn't go for the play.
You hear those sticks up, you know it's a feed instantly if you go out the door, but Witness with an early pop.
What is this sentry?
From the Uber as he bombs forwards. The sentry is just there to be annoying from the forward spawn, and it does do that well enough. Now it's a demo down for 2 soldiers. Witness still looking to peek just off the player advantage. There's a lot of space to be gained on this second with 2 soldiers down from the defense, and they gain all of it. Nasboy, the only one in, just spamming, but the cap is already out. And look at the Sill hiding. He drops down onto Nas, collects that kill, will get traded out here soon, but it's still a nice kill nonetheless. And tf2easy, that means they have no demo to try and get into second here with their advantage.
Witness just looking to hold on. It's 75% here for Auto, who can just hold on to this. Witness, because there's no demo, Nasboy up to hold this as well. Yes, they give up the second point, but they don't give up yard. Second point on Granary. Nubby is walking in through drop down. The rest of his team is pushing in through lunchbox. We can see Ixie is just staring at drop down, and instead in the fight, it's both demonstrated here. Nubby gets taken down by Kunu, actually by Sil rather. It's Kunu finding another kill onto Domo. No demo man for Witness. Probably neuters their push quite a lot going into last, but Josh and Pappy now trading as well. Sil is down. There's a Kunu running around in lunch, and Auto wants to go back for this. They're not comfortable pushing in because they need to deal with the scout. Yeehaw is on to Auto, who's undefended. His scouts just left for a brief second, but somehow the pipes from Domo keeps his medic alive.
Doesn't manage to get the med kill when it's absolutely free there, and there's already time on last. Thomas and Ixie trying to cause havoc, and they just come right back at it with their own med kill. Somehow tf2easy throw this one away. It looked like it could have all been theirs on second. They had a free med kill, everyone split up, but instead Auto managing to survive off of a clutch pipe from Domo, and then the two scouts able to just run it down on last, and they take the 3-0 lead. Witness are looking comfortable on Granary.
So close and yet so far for tf2easy. Now they have 8 minutes and 30 seconds to claw back 3, potentially 4 rounds on Granary, one of the hardest maps to realistically get in. They're gonna have to find themselves the mindset they had on Reckoner of just barreling in, taking the fights where they were succeeding, but the bombs are coming across out of Witness, and it's June and Nas taken down straight away. Auto is so safe in his own choke. Yeehaw and Kunu, the only ones left alive, and they have to just run away. They can't get in. Witness are looking dominant. They want this victory. You gave them a map, but you're not going to give them the series.
Yeah, Witness are crunching down on them now. They are biting, and there is no way tf2easy get back into this round. 100% advantage for Witness once again, and they've just looked clueless so far on Granary. tf2easy, they've made countless misplays on the second here, just getting wrapped time and time again. And they are still going for two soldiers up in the drop down. Josh behind the Uber will force it out nice and early. They do find the Josh kill, but they're not going to find anything else with this Uber, so a good play from the crossfire of the soldiers. But can you get out of last with an Uber advantage? That's where tf2easy have been making all their mistakes so far, and if they opt to go for it again, which they might have to with this timer situation looking the way it is, they could just have it backfire on them.
They have to try. They have to try and send. You see, Nasboy is peeking already. There are no off classes for tf2easy because they know there is one way, and it is forwards. It is through Witness, as Tomo can just sit on this point. It is such a good position to be a demo man, sit down and just spam out all of your projectiles. But Pappy drops down really low, and that's Witness having to forfeit the point itself. Now still, he's in behind, up in lunchbox. He's going to have to take the 1v1 with Nubby, and it looks like he manages to come out on top so low, and as Nikki and Josh go in to clean him up, but that means that there is just a lot less point pressure for Witness now. You can walk back in. It's even Ubers, and suddenly, I mean, they're completely fine here. They can just sit back. It's 6 minutes now. Clock is ticking it down slowly. Pappy staying alive as well as the Ubers coming in.
It's a really rough trade. It's really,
they can
really
just
bad.
come back in.
Yeah, Morale, he tried to take that as if it was a trade, but then went towards the wrong player, didn't actually get onto Toe or Auto to force that one out. Nikki is so low on the point, but there's some blocking going on in the second. They haven't actually capped this out yet. Now the second cap comes through, and the Uber is in on last. There's so many Witness players all over, but tf2easy kiting this pretty well so far. Morale getting a kill onto Domo now, and tf2easy might just be able to clutch this one up. Ixie versus 2. Nubby gets the resupply, but he's just running on the point. There's no time to block it. Nubby going down. And there we go, 4-0. This is reaching impossible territory now. It would be record-setting for tf2easy to get back into this game. 4-0, it's so dominant on Granary, and maybe the veto is where tf2easy died.
It's looking so good for Witness. Now, 5 minutes for 4 rounds. tf2easy have to unbind the S. They just have to unbind S. They cannot go back. They have to keep going in and going forward. They're electing their own ramp room on this mid, but June is disconnected for a really long time. Now the bombs are coming forwards onto tf2easy, and it's just going down. Only a kill onto Pappy, but tf2easy, they need to go. It's a kill onto Kunu though, and now they're all stuck in no man's land. They're all so low. Syl is bombing them out, and they can't get in onto mid. 80% for June, has about 10% advantage, and honestly, these are the margins you have to play for, but Nass is dead. His team isn't with him. Josh and Nubby have both fallen, and that is Witness Gaming. They might be in an Uber to sad, but they take mid, and they might just be taking the whole season with them.
Yeah, it's looking like 3 seasons in a row for Witness. The most dominant team of 2022, looking to start off strong in 23 as well. There would need to be a miracle, and I don't just mean like in the game. They'd need to probably recode TF2 to win this in time on the side of tf2easy. This is a dominant showing on the final map. Witness put their foot down. They've been messed around long enough. TF2easy, they gave us a good show, but it's not enough to take it across the line at the end here. Nubby in drop down. It's all eyes on him, really. They are busting out of right side into yard. Morale now forcing them off the garage. Nubby drops down. But Witness, they could pull the trigger on this wrap at any time. They could just run over the players on point with their Uber if they want to. Morale instead going to be trying to take the trade forwards. Nearly drops Pappy from it. That's huge amounts of damage onto him. They have to split the Uber on the sides of Witness, but it needs to be all rounds all the time from here on out, and I don't think tf2easy are going to get it. Morale down after the Uber, going 1-for-1 on Soldiers now. Nubby also going to fall, and we might just see the 5-0 June going down on the back of that. There's 4 players alive for Witness. GG, Nasboy, the only one left with anything to say, but he's not got a lot to do from Lunchbox. Domo trapping up last. And this is it,
are
man.
indomitable and inevitable. Witness put their foot down. They took us to 2 very close maps, but Granary is all Witness, and so is the season. ETF2L Winter 2023 champions Witness Gaming. Commiserations to TF2easy for those 2 maps. It honestly felt like they were the better team, but on Granary, they got completely and utterly demolished, outplayed, and Witness Gaming cement themselves. I think you ignore, if you ignore the first map of this series, I think they have a case for maybe the most dominant ETF2L season in history.
Well, there is a lot to be said for TF2easy finally taking a map off them after what could have been a flawless year. At least TF2easy have denied that from Witness. They don't get the 3 clean seasons. Finally, TF2easy's taking some maps online, and you can't help but think they had to win it in 2. Obviously, we've seen what happened on Granary there. They had to win it in 2, and they had the opportunity. They're going to be kicking themselves maybe with that play from Josh on second. Think back to Reckoner not building with June on last and giving them that round that they needed to take it to the win on Reckoner on the second map. But of course, GG's, well played to Witness Gaming. We'll see what our desk think of that final.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very different story. I would very much argue TF2easy ran out of steam. They ran out of fuel. They broke down on the highway, and here we are. They just didn't find a response for Granary. I think just generally, it's the pace of the game slowing down. They couldn't play as aggressively anymore, and they couldn't play at their fast pace anymore. And just off the back of that, Witness, that's where they feast. That's where they thrive. So here we are.
Yeah, certainly a few factors. TF2easy, perhaps not so much running out of steam as running out of map pool. Neither the teams have barely played Granary all season. It kind of showed at times. We talked about Witness Gaming, things that had gone wrong for them all season were, at times they struggled to keep auto alive, at times they struggled to win mid fights. So logic would dictate that Granary wouldn't be the place for it to work out for them, but it came down to the final map of the season, and they pulled it out because auto went down on that first mid, but after that he stayed alive on all the other mids, and that was a huge difference maker. It gave them such a platform to build off for the whole map there for Witness, and they looked dominant.
Yeah, nothing much to say, man. It
was a roll.
Yeah, I should have never doubted them. Never doubt the the Granary expert Thomas. It's yeah, it was a literal role, a team diff.
Yes, yeah. Like just on all accounts, they like tf2easy managed to claw themselves a single mid win. That's the best they could do, and it still didn't amount to anything. They just like honestly, I'll be brutally honest. I wasn't even paying close attention for most of that game, but literally every time I looked, it was just tf2easy holding their last, like trying their absolute damnedest to not lose another round, and it just never happened. It never worked. So yeah, it's just been rough for them.
Yeah,
Well,
Either way,
they were
Yeah,
playing
go
on the
on.
back foot for the whole game. Like Witness were leading the game from beginning to end.
I also like Witness. They took a strat from Froyo that was used against them in Insomnia, where they did the rotation on second to come in with the Uber behind. They hadn't played the map much through the season, but obviously that was something that stuck with them back from last summer. They now utilized it against TF2Easy.
they assimilate. They figured out the strategy. Either way, I don't know how ready it is, but we are gonna have some interviewers. For once, the rare Prem final interview, there are gonna be players that you just watch play that may very well want to give their insights on what they felt from their side. But until that is ready, until we're good to go with that, what, like, if anything, right? Obviously, it was a disaster for tf2easy and Granary there. But if anything, could they have, like, how could they have possibly found their way back into this, even after maybe losing a couple of rounds? Was there like any chance for them to ever stabilize, or was it just snowball rolling down the hill? Nothing could stop Witness at that point.
I think they're a snowball team. If one guy does a big flashy action, it's what brought them back on the game, and it just they're a snowballing kind of team.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, Nubby had that one kind of big play on the mid where he hit on the lamp and eventually got also off the back of it, but you don't want to take it away from TF2Easy because they've come a long way from how they had played for the rest of the season. They've improved a lot. They were a lot stronger in playoffs, and despite how this last map went, they had improved a lot. But at the end of the day, Witness are deserving winners.
Oh yeah, that is true.
All right, it looks like we do have some interviewees ready. Some it looks like exclusively TF2Easy players actually who wish to well share their insights with how they went with this game. We got Morale, aka Kunu. We got Josh and Nubby joining us for this post game look at, and we even have Kunu on cam. Would you look at that? How you feeling? Closest match of the season, huh?
I'm feeling alright. It's a bit gutting to have it end that way, but these things happen, innit?
He's being nice. We feel shit.
You feel shit.
Yeah, I feel very dejected after that. I mean, it's a good grand final, but yeah.
What went wrong? What went wrong on Granary? What's the problem?
I feel like they just played better than us on Granary. I have to give it to them. Like on Granary, they just saved us. That was the problem. I think we had our chance on Reckoner, and we should have won that map and just ended the whole series there. But it got to Granary, and we just got completely outplayed. So, yeah.
Yeah, Nass is right. We played them on a PCW on Granary during the week, and they were really good then. But hindsight's a thing. You could have banned it, but we didn't. We went for the Viaduct ban instead. Hey ho.
Yeah, that was like we were talking about that like at the very start of the game, that it was curious you guys decided to ban Viaduct, considering, I mean, obviously you still lost against Witness in the regular season, but you did give them a run for their money. You did catch them off guard with the sniper plays, and maybe we were just theorizing. We couldn't possibly understand why you didn't choose to do that, but I guess you can give some insights on why you didn't feel confident in maybe playing Viaduct tonight instead.
I don't really know. I think it was just the team sort of decision came down to, let's just, because we felt stronger in 5 CP. Like, I think we've always felt stronger on 5 CP, and they've always felt stronger on the King of the Hill maps.
Yeah.
Like, when Bagel came out brand new, they were the first team to really grind as hard, and they became like easily the best team on it. And it's only now, like, sort of other teams are starting to catch up, but even then they're nowhere near their level on it. So Viaduct teams have the possibility to catch up to them much easier than Bagel. But yeah, it was just grand finals on LAN. Not on LAN, sorry. Grand finals online is yeah. Grand finals online is easier to do with 5 CP rather than online.
I have a question. Did you guys, before going to playoffs, were in the like? What I mean is that, did you guys expected easy victories against CHG and Nupanzer before the grand final? Did you expect to win
No.
them?
Not really.
No.
No, because
Really?
we spent a lot of the season being dog shit.
Yeah, but
So
that's the season.
Yeah, but things can carry over. So we made a point of making sure we had good energy for every game, and it seemed to make a massive difference, honestly, in terms of quality. So
Okay.
Mula.
You got anything you want to ask, Dave? Also, we apparently have Mula joining us.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay. Didn't even play, but I guess he's here to rep Witness.
I'm always here, man. I'm always here.
I guess as a Witness representative, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I didn't play, but thank you.
Yeah, what was going on in the Witness camp, Mula? Tell us, what did you do?
I was muted for the whole game, and then like unmuted in between maps. It was fine. Even after the one map did I lose? The first one, yeah, Sunshine. No, they were chilling. It was fine. Mental was good, and then they came back for the victory. Pretty good.
Yeah, that is true. Like, even if when Witness lose, they keep their composure, which is a great thing. They're not the kind of guy that, because they lose a map, they will lose their mind, even if they are used to win everything.
Yep.
What's the tf2easy rumble that, like, when Nubby's hitting these crazy air shots dropping auto?
It's Nubby screaming, Med dropped, hitting his desk, a couple people saying nice, and me going, good job, kid.
None of us could ever see when he does it, so we don't actually know what happens. All we can do is just say nice, that's it.
Yeah, you can watch back on the castle. Some pretty nussy ones tonight, particularly that first map.
I saw the Reckoner one that was right at the start of the map. That was pretty nice.
That one was actually very crazy.
I think there was some like bad blood there, like some trying to enact some revenge on Otto for leaving you guys, but ditching you guys.
It's never any bad blood. Otto is the nicest of nice people, and it cannot be bad blood there.
But you know, like you always gotta rile it up a little bit for the show.
Oh yeah,
it is a bit of that. There you go.
There's any bad blood between either of the teams.
Yeah, fair.
It was the grand final. We all knew that was coming along anyway. New Panzer had no chance against them. Would have been over much faster if that was the case.
I forgot you were going to do that.
Okay.
It's just nice when demos are put in their place.
Wow.
I have two questions. Josh,
you
didn't play with rocket launcher. What happened?
Do you think that was the problem?
No.
No. Do you think it was the? I mean, we didn't win, so it must have been some problem.
I mean, that's what brought us to. I mean, brought you to the grand final. So I'm glad you went back to the original, the boring way. And final question for me: what are you guys gonna do if there's a next season? There's no lands, as far as I know. What will you guys do?
I don't think any of us knows yet.
I mean, with iSeries being moved and nobody liking iSeries and nobody wants to play iSeries anyway, it looks pretty bleak in terms of LAN stuff. So, like, if there's ever going to be a time to stop, it probably is now.
I don't really fancy spending 500 to 600 for an iSeries when I can use that money for something much better. I would use that money to go to Copenhagen or Arcadia or some other land, but definitely not iSeries.
I think what did you spend last year? Maybe like 1,600 euros to go there or something stupid.
Yeah, something.
Wow,
that's wild.
It's not worth. So yeah.
Yeah, put the word out. Someone get another LAN going and
Oh yeah. Look,
hopefully get
that's
these gamers going to it.
as Pappy says as well, they're not going to iSeries. So it's a pretty unified thing that we decided that it's just not worth.
Especially with the dates being moved. That certainly doesn't help. I mean, I know the sentiments for iSeries are already bleak and not necessarily very favorable to begin with. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's like 2 weeks later now. Have fun. Like, you have fun like moving your holidays or getting time off work or anything like that. On top of the fact that it's expensive as hell. Probably more expensive now. Yeah, I don't blame you. I absolutely can't blame anybody for making that decision. But yeah, if there's no closing questions from anybody that wants to ask anything, I suppose it's a good opportunity for you guys to have your shoutouts and all that stuff. So we'll just go down the list alphabetically as per usual, which means Kunu's first.
Woohoo, I'm first, great. Shout out to Spaceman, and thank you, Miju, for spamming me to give you a shout out, you little wetty. Shout out to everybody doing production and making good things happen for this community. Especially AMS. AMS is trying really hard to make content. Really hard. Okay, that's it.
All right, Josh.
Lego, all the people who mixed against us as well over the last 2 days and last week, because playoffs is always a grind trying to get us to play against, and Witness as well.
All right. Mula, even though you didn't play, you still get to have a shout out anyway.
Of course I do. So shout out to my mom and father first, and then my team, tf2easy, and the production to finish.
All right, and finally, Navi, what do you have to say for yourself?
A huge shout out for all the people mixing against us, especially Dimo, Elacor, and Flick, because they were always there. Shout out to Gezi, even though he didn't play the season, because I missed him. And shout out to my Hungarian friends.
All right, then. Well, I guess that's it from us for the season, for the entirety of ETF2L Winter 2023 season, aka Season 44, whichever naming scheme you prefer. Congratulations once more to Witness. Good job, tf2easy putting up a nice fight. Congrats on your second place, I suppose. I mean, it's better than last season, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess GG go next. Maybe we'll see you again eventually, whenever the next season happens to be. That's it from us.